A night in with MauLer and the drinker, getting trashed with the web's free thinkers. A cheap night cause I'm feeling kinda thrifty, got a 10-pack of beers and a bottle of whiskey. Hop up the cork, have a glass of wine, as they'll say, I'll be fine. Trouble walking in a straight line, but pour me a Pinot Noir. It's open bar with our hosts, MauLer and the critical drinker.
Look, it's us, MauLer. We're here.
Oh my God,
Hello.
we're here right now. Here we go.
Yeah, go. We have to make this stream happen right now.
We're like
Damn
burst
it.
through the doors, like, get those drinks on the table.
Let's drink it with like a pint now. Anyway, well, we're back. I'm back actually from Megacon, which was lovely. But I missed you guys, and I wanted to be back here and doing this stuff again. So nice to be here. Nice to be doing open bar again. MauLer,
By the way,
I've
not
missed
even
you so
remotely timed on purpose that you happen to be gone in every sense of the word, and I stream one of your favorite games of all time.
I know.
It's kind of hilarious.
Well, I was in the chat at one point because I was literally getting this taxi from the airport to my hotel in Orlando, and I was watching you playing Resident Evil because it just made me so goddamn happy.
Did it all in one big go.
Yeah. I was trying to give you like little snippets of advice, which, you know, for me probably doesn't count for much, but I was just like, come on, you can do this. I believe in you, MauLer. It only took me 10 hours to complete it, so.
Yeah, I think when it gave the final time, I was like, because it only counts like when I was alive, you know, all in a row.
Yeah, true.
Like
I mean, to be fair, like you're a methodical man, you know? You like to take your time. You like to explore every corner of every room.
And I still missed a whole bunch of ammo, you know, it happens.
Yeah. I was getting that all the time when I was playing Requiem. It's like, oh, dude, you missed so many pickups in that area. I'm like, well, I got through the area, didn't I? What the fuck do you want from me? Like, what's the point in like loading myself down with extra ammo that I'll never use? So,
yeah, different playthroughs for everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, well, as is tradition here, should we do some facts before we bring in our guests?
I think we should. We should do it right now.
All right. This is 1978 is the year, right? It was the summer of 78. So, it was an interesting year of wars, right? We had the Iranian Revolution. Protests and riots were escalating across the country, challenging the ruler of the country, the Shah of Iran, and leading to the establishment of the Islamic Republic. You know, how's that going, guys? In Afghanistan, we had the Sour Revolution, which installed a communist government, was very friendly to the Soviet Union, which led to widespread revolutions across the country or revolts against it, which eventually led to a Soviet invasion of the country. So, yeah, again, how did that work out for you, Soviets? And the Vietnamese war against Cambodia. Vietnam invaded Cambodia, fighting against the Khmer Rouge. So there was a whole bunch of conflicts going on across the world. It's weirdly reminiscent of now. But anyway, in other stuff, it was a year of 3 popes, right? John Paul VI died. Then John Paul I succeeded him, but he only lasted for 33 days, which led to the election of John Paul II, who was, he was in that position for, at least 30 years. So, yeah, 3 popes in 1 year. Not bad. I mean, you wait around for decades for one, and then you get 3 in a single year.
It's like some kind of special should have been made, right? Like the 3 doctors, but the 3 popes.
Yeah.
Watch them run around. They could,
all together at once. Like, they're probably together in the afterlife or something. Who knows? Like, just
chill. Does the Pope have a sonic screwdriver of some kind?
It depends which choir boys you ask. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Anyway, in the world of technology and science and stuff, like sciencey things, it was the year that gave us Space Invaders. So kind of revolutionized arcade games, really, from that point onwards. The Bee Gees were dominating the music charts with Saturday Night Fever, their soundtrack. And the last Volkswagen Beetle was produced in Germany in that year, 1978, ending like a 30-year run of production, which is kind of cool. Also, in weird stuff that happened in the world of like movies and celebrity and stuff, Charlie Chaplin's coffin got stolen. He was buried in a Swiss cemetery, but 3 months after he was buried, someone decided to steal his coffin. It was eventually recovered several weeks later. The casket was then sealed in concrete so that no one could ever steal it again.
Damn.
Why would you want Charlie Chaplin so badly? Who knows? They just did.
Cast spells and stuff that makes you immune to damage or something.
Sure. That year as well, production began on Star Trek The Motion Picture, which I believe you're familiar with, MauLer.
Yes.
That was after almost a 10-year hiatus from the Star Trek TV show. So it was a massive deal that they were coming back for this. Also, George Lucas purchases a ranch called Bulltail Ranch on Lucas Valley Road, which would eventually become Skywalker Ranch. Kind of cool. In other not so cool news, the Star Wars Holiday Special aired in 1978 in November.
Iconic.
It was indeed. It was famous for introducing us to Boba Fett, which was going to be obviously a character in the upcoming Empire Strikes Back, but was it worth it? At what cost did we get Boba Fett? We also got Superman. It premiered in that year. It actually premiered at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. It had its European premiere in Leicester Square in London in the president's presence. I'll try that a third time. Of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Andrew, but we don't talk
President
about
Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah. That was just not coming out. Also, the biggest movie of the year by far was Grease, released by Paramount. It had a budget of $6 million and it made almost $400 million worldwide. That, I would say, is a pretty good return on investment. Kind of launched the career of John Travolta as well. So, you know,
that would then go on to die and have to relaunch again with Pulp Fiction.
Yes, but without that, we never would have gotten Face Off. So, you know,
yeah.
You can say that was a sacrifice worth making. But yeah, other big movies of the year. It's such an eclectic mix, right? When you look at the top 10 movies of this year, obviously Grease was number 1, Superman number 2, National Lampoon's Animal House was 3, Every Which Way But Loose, the Clint Eastwood comedy, Heaven Can Wait, Hooper, Jaws 2, Revenge of the Pink Panther, The Deer Hunter, and Halloween. I mean, that's a wild mix of movies for a top 10. But
yeah.
It just shows you how cinema was just, how do I even describe it?
It was trying a bunch of stuff, you know?
It was trying a bunch of stuff, and it was just way more interesting back then. What can I say?
That is quite the varied selection, and the kind as well that you can go, I'll give whatever the hell this is a shot then. Sure. And then you can come out going, holy shit, that might be one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah, imagine that. Again, like Halloween, to have entered into the top 10, that movie was made on a budget of like $50. So it's impressive, man. It really is. Anyway, pointless facts out of the way. Let's do our bar. Let's do the thing.
Let's do it.
Where we bring people in. All right. People, assemble. Welcome to the bar, everyone. As Reaper, Despot of Antrim, and Righting Wrongs. You gentlemen, hello. It's good to have you here.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Right here, right now.
Thanks for having me on.
Howdy.
No, good to have you guys here. And Righting Wrongs, you're making your debut on the open bar, so it's good to meet you finally, my friend.
Likewise, it's an honor and a privilege.
Nice one, man. So I guess I might as well jump right into it, right? It's been kind of a weird couple of days in terms of film news, but I guess one of the big things that's come out recently is the trailer, the first teaser trailer for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
By Zack Snyder.
But yeah, it kind of feels like it. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play the trailer or a little bit for you. I might have to pause it frequently because wow, does HBO clamp down on that sort of thing. But how about if I play it and we can discuss as we go, and you guys can give your thoughts on what you see. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
No.
All right, I'm not wasting any time on this. How dare you?
Contradict me. Perry Chan's right. This is Perry Chan's version.
It's not quite. I'm not. I don't think we're ready for that. But that version was interesting.
I told you.
It does honestly feel like a Zack Snyder.
It does. It does. Yeah.
It's that soundtrack to it. The boom.
Yeah.
Like we're going for epicness here.
Am I crazy, or is there a strange background sound that's happening right now?
I was thinking that as well.
There is, yeah.
It might be me. Let's see.
Mute yourself and see.
That fix it?
No.
Yeah, no, it did. It's
quiet.
it's when one of us speaks. It's echoing on someone's speakers.
I'll just take the blame.
All right, sure. We'll do what we can anyway. But all right, allow me to continue.
You are a normal boy. And you're going to start acting like one.
Imagine I'm an island.
Let me go back here a little bit because this
That's
is our
that
first
Man
good
of
look
Steel
at.
trailer, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Listen to
you
my
know,
voice. Think of me as an island.
the problem I'm having with all of this, right, and it's going to be every single character in this trailer, is that I kind of grew up with, you know, the movie versions of all the different characters, Daniel Radcliffe, like Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, all those playing all these different characters, and it's difficult to visualize someone else playing that same role. I don't know if you guys have had that same problem, and it's not like I'm a super fucking Harry Potter fan or anything, but like that's just what I associate now with all of these people. It's not to say
not a pothead. I think that's what they're called, right? Like, not as invested in. I'm joking. I think they're called. I don't even know actually. Potterheads. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But the point is, this is inevitable, I suppose, that we were going to come across this, as we will with lots of different things getting remade. But I don't. You know, it is a bit weird. I was never that into Harry Potter, so I can't like share the same, experience. I guess. Say,
sorry for interrupting, but the problem is that they clearly want you to think of the movies. Like, you'll see plenty of scenes that look identical to the films, but then on the other hand, they'll have like Black Snake, which looks nothing like him. And they always do this where they go, we want you to think of the films and be like, can make that comparison until it no longer suits us.
Yeah, that's what it always switch.
Yeah.
Aren't they reusing the same sets from the films?
Exactly.
So close, like
with the actual same sets, like, or are they just recreating? Because
I mean, like, ultimately, what have you got? Like a train carriage and stuff where he meets Ron and Hermione for the first time. It's like, well, trains all look fucking the same anyway.
Like the school, I guess. Was there one that was actively preserved and they're using, or they got like a new?
I mean,
yeah,
you could do like taken down, but I guess that's just been rebuilt.
Well, you can do the studio tours of the Harry Potter things down in London.
I was going to say,
so it's almost like they've probably got them ready to go.
Considering they had that school presumably filmed for what, like near 10 years or so with all the films they did, I wouldn't be surprised if they'd kept it like in good shape this whole time. And then they were
Isn't
like,
that
we go back.
Sad though? It's like we're remaking the same fucking thing using the same sets.
Well,
it's like you might as well squeeze the kids into the same exact costumes. Like they probably got them all in a warehouse somewhere.
Different? Hey,
yeah, well, yeah. How can we tailor this for a modern audience? But we'll get to that. Don't worry.
You think you're something special? There is nothing special.
Wait, is that meant to be like Aunt Petunia?
I think so.
Oh.
Karen.
Yeah, because that's not how I pictured her at all. She looks like she's just wandering off a fucking council estate.
You wonder if the uncle's going to be there.
Yeah, her phenotype is more sort of low class council estate, sort of trashy type, rather than Aunt Petunia, who's this very sort of stuck up type. She looks very Karen. Somebody said that. I think that's what they're going for here.
Yeah, like Aunt Petunia, I always thought it was like upper middle class, like a social climber, very hoity-toity. That's not what you see here at all. Interesting.
I'm getting a very serious tone from it. If you look like the original one, like the first two movies by Christopher Columbus, I think are the best of the movies. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, this is Rings of Power all over again, that the movies are masterpieces and this is an atrocity. The movies all have problems, but the first two were great. And one thing in particular is that they were definitely, you could tell it was sort of made for a family audience with kids in mind. Whereas this is just from the trailer. I could be wrong. They could be making it very, very dark in the opening act so that it contrasts with a more magical feel later when he goes to Hogwarts. They could be doing that, but it does feel very dark thus far, like very humorless.
It's also,
why do you get a lot of Snape?
It's also like a bit of a blue filter that they'll put on to make it seem darker than what it is. And it's always for HBO TV, they do that. Whereas in the movies, as you said, way more colourful, way more lively. Like Diagon Alley looks amazing. This one, they'll wash all the color out of it.
Because, yeah, like, especially with the earlier books, the earlier movies and stuff, the tone is generally a bit more lighthearted and playful and stuff. And then the shit gets real around the midpoint of the series, and then it gets really dark, which is like, okay, fine, that makes sense. But yeah, it's like they're leading with that right here. It's odd.
Special about you.
I've always wanted to know about my parents.
Not pausing that for any particular reason, just
Yeah, I was thinking, wow, he's really pushing it here with
I know,
Warner,
fuck.
because they are bastards.
They are, yeah. This fucking whole
When
thing
does
will
he
get
put the
demonetized.
Batman cloak on?
Yeah. My father sat me down right here and told me what Wayne Manor was built on.
Do you think they'll retcon the parents to not be as aspirational or good intention? They'll have some kind of flaw in the
they're
backstory.
okay. Well, at least how they're described by Hagrid in this is like they are described as good people. But they did bully a black man.
Yeah,
when they were young, so.
the only black man in the village.
You know, it'd be funny.
Yeah, but I
If the
mean,
light-
racism was
Sorry, go
okay
on.
back then. To quote Ricky Gervais,
Yeah, like
it was the
what he does
70s,
is-
wasn't it?
Well, what he has is he has two thunderbolts that are SS on his forehead.
Yeah.
Instead.
Another one next.
Why is he not blonde in this?
Your parents were the
Yeah, well, obviously, you know,
One of the kindest people at Auschwitz.
Is this is period? This is set in the 90s because I don't see any mobile phones and people are reading newspapers. So this must be
Yeah.
set at the same time as the books. They haven't sort of updated it to make it present day.
that is kind of interesting, actually.
kindest,
You know-
bravest.
Yeah,
I was
sorry.
gonna say you notice because you're not getting stabbed on the train. So
Yeah.
it's definitely the 90s.
Yeah, you don't have a migrant with his cock out at the back of the train either, which that's always nice.
And there isn't a suicide bomber in train number 2. Yeah,
That's
so it's all-
cultural
yeah.
enrichment, as I'll have you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
sorry. Yeah,
copy-
yeah.
Oh shit, sorry.
I told you
Give it forward.
about
Were the kindest, bravest people I ever met. They were funny.
That's Nick
So-
Frost there.
And
I
it's
know.
funny,
I know
they-
you don't want him repeating the Robbie Coltrane voice, but just Coltrane's voice hits so much harder than this. This feels very simple for a Hagrid. Like, hello there. Are you funny?
This is I think, what you're gonna-
a voice like that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what we're going to run into a lot with this TV show. It's like the actors that they had for those movies were fucking top tier, man. Whether it was McGonagall, whether it was Hagrid, whether it was like Snape, not to pick on, I'd name it random or anything. Whether it was Dumbledore, both of them, you know, they were all fucking top level. And like, I'm not saying I don't like Nick Frost as an actor or anything, but let's be honest, he's no Robbie Coltrane.
Well, it's weird because I like Nick Frost so much that I'd be like, I guess he could do it, and I've heard him do the voice. I'm like, oh, he was
Go back
he was
to
in a live
London.
action- He was
It's
in a
a
live
really
action,
big boots to
uh,
fill, though.
How to Train the Dragon, and he didn't put any effort into the voice acting in that either. I say voice acting, though it's not live. You know what I mean? Like acting the
His
voice
accents.
of the character. Yeah. And it just feels like he's not putting much effort into Hagrid either. I'm like,
It seems
okay.
like he's trying to go for like a warmer presentation and that he wants to separate himself from the original Hagrid.
Which I
I think
get.
that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem. Like Alan Ritz, whatever, he did a great version, so I'm going to do a shit version. They're always going to try and do something different from the original, which is going to be a problem because those people nailed those roles.
Yeah,
so
it's like walk, right? Because you don't want to copy, but you also don't want to be inferior. So it's like you gotta
change the character too much. It's not like Joker where you can do a different version of Joker. These are like very pre-built characters with a very narrow things you can do with them.
And have a cultural,
Good
you know, identity.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what he's going to say. Is he going to say they were the kindest, bravest people? They were funny. They were clever. Massively racist, though.
Let's see.
At least the dad.
Clever. And they stood up for what they believed was right.
Oh dear.
There's one S.
I mean, well, that doesn't refute what you said.
Notice how he didn't say what was right. It was what they believed was right.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
This
Oh,
show's
it's
going
not
down a
falling
bad
off the
road.
Yeah, he's got the S there, and then he just
And then-
pushes the hairline as another one next to it. It's like, oh! Oh God! No, Harry! No!
You know, it just occurred to me that seeing as
Sorry, wait.
Next time I see you,
Let me stop it
we'll be
here.
in Hogwarts.
Sorry, Despot.
I was gonna say, it occurred to me that seeing as, if I remember correctly, Snape is a pureblood, so that has implications for the whole history of the lore, and the term pureblood takes on a new meaning now.
Oh no!
There's so much
So, like-
that this is going to have to grapple with.
Are they going to have like a Thanksgiving day for the wizards? All the white people just move in. Just take over.
This is definitely King's Cross in the 90s because it's way too clean. For
It's
modern
clean,
day.
yeah. It's It doesn't. Yeah, fucking hell.
There's no like hobos fucking in the background.
Oh, give it time.
Yeah.
So even the
Framework.
grand arrival, it's dark, it's muted, it's dull. There's no color in the Hogwarts
just-
Express.
As
I can see
expected,
that- I see
it
what,
might be a contrast thing, right? As was mentioned
I can see what
earlier, that-
Reaper's saying. Sorry, MauLer, go ahead.
No, just the I forget who said it, but just they might be gunning for like they darken everything before he gets to Hogwarts, and then they bright everything up as like a look at this wonderful whimsical place. Like that might be the plan, I guess.
No,
Wizard of
I
Oz
think-
type of thing.
What I think it is they film during the day and he put a blue filter on to make it look darker.
Yeah, you
so
can see
many
it in the
shows do that.
smoke. And here you can see the blue filter, particularly in the smoke, the air around the trees, and even on the pavement there, you can see the blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
it might not be finished. I doubt that they've finished the editing and the cinematography. It'll look better than this when they release it, I'm guessing. But the blue filter is very obvious here.
Yeah. It's during the night because it's not, sorry, it's during what we see is night because they film during the day.
I do wonder if there's part of that is true just because like they were working with child actors and like having them film at night is like probably a lot more difficult. You know, like, hey,
Yeah.
we want to make your kid like stay up for 24 hours straight or whatever. It's like, yeah, there's probably all kinds of rules about that. So
It's
you're
filmed in
probably
winter
right.
though, so it's like 4 p.m. when it gets bloody dark. here,
Yeah.
so-
Come up to Scotland, it just doesn't get light at all.
No, right.
Oh, that's McGonagall there, isn't it?
Mm.
She was in Ozark. That lady. I forget what else.
I mean, I
don't
guess
you
like
recognize her.
you know, physically and stuff, I guess she's a pretty good match for the character. But again, like you're up against a pretty fucking amazing actress from the movies.
Well, Maggie Smith, good grief.
Yeah.
She
It's
had
a
that
tough one.
really like head teacher kind of vibe, yeah. Like,
Yes.
Very motherly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Potter, I think we can expect great things from you.
Oh, it's Clyburn.
Pottergaz now.
Sorry, guys, yeah.
Expect great things.
I tell
Yeah,
you
there you go.
what, my favorite part of Game of Thrones season 8 is when the mountain throws him and his head just like breaks like an
That's
egg.
hilarious.
It's a
There-
brilliant scene.
There is a clip of MauLer and everyone on EFAP just losing their fucking minds over that moment.
It is so, it's perfect. It doesn't want to be, but it is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. I think my favorite part of that is when Cersei just like awkwardly walks past them.
Yeah.
Guess I'll just leave now.
Yeah.
It's a great season. Great season.
Wait, oh shit, was that Draco there?
Oh man,
on.
I tell you
Yeah.
what, that's
Oh, he's got the fucking bird nest hairstyle and everything. Jesus.
Oh, God.
that's one
Well,
actor that you would never ever be able to compete with. Like no matter what you do, you're never going to get a better Draco Malfoy because he was amazing, even as a kid.
Yeah.
Tom Felton, yeah, he was
Yeah.
pretty fucking cool.
Who've they got
Yeah.
for Lucius Malfoy?
That's a good question.
Jason Isaacs is just going to come back and do it again. I think
should.
He's not aged. It's like
But Jason
not
Isaac should carry on. He'd go, who is this? This is my son. He's from the original movie, and he's moved to this universe.
They'll get Tom Felton to do it. That's what they'll do.
He's that old now. You probably could.
No, he has been cast, and he is actually going to be in the first series, even though he's not meant to be because he's not in the first book.
Is he just going to play like a fucking pillar in the background or something? I
Well,
feel like Tom Felton would take on any role that's going in Harry Potter.
He's a statue.
Yeah. It's like there was a picture of him recently, actually, when I think Daniel Radcliffe had gone to see a performance of The Cursed Child, where Tom Felton's performing, and watching them side by side for the picture. Tom Felton looks about 60 years old. It's weird. Whereas Daniel Radcliffe is barely aged. If he shaved his beard off, he'd look exactly the same. I mean, I know, hey, people look different, people age different and stuff, but holy fuck, it's a weird one.
But I think we said before, when they get to Hogwarts, will there be more color? And it doesn't really look like that much more colorful.
Yeah. It doesn't look any remotely colorful.
Still very drab, very dull.
Very drab.
Yeah. I was talking about tone as well as color. Maybe they'll throw a little bit of humor in. But just guessing off this, it does look like it's a very sort of serious, humorless show. But I mean, I could be wrong. We'll see. But yeah.
HBO. I just want to see people get cleaved in half
with spells.
Let's see who you are.
Was that Hermione there?
Yeah. She's like, yeah. I've heard the accent she does, and she basically tries to copy the original Hermione Granger actress. Emma Watson? That's a. It's like, well, if you're just going to copy her, what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, because Emma Watson in the first few movies is pretty fucking rough. Her acting is pretty awful. But she looks like I imagine Hermione looked, and this not so much.
Well, didn't they have the whole, she was never white in the books, and people going, Hermione and her pale face, her cheeks flush red, and it's like, she was obviously white. She's on the covers as being white.
I wish, because J.K. Rowling plays along.
To Snape.
Yeah. J.K. Rowling plays along with this bullshit as well. She encourages it. And I would rather she just said, and be honest, look, I wrote this in the 90s in Scotland where it was 99.5% white. And so that's kind of what I reflected. But hey, we're living in a different world now. And so I want to retcon it and make some of the characters more diverse. Fine. But don't start fucking pretending that they were always this way, because they 100% weren't. Every fucking description you put in the books, it's 100% obvious what they're meant to be. Just be honest about what you're doing. It's such nonsense.
It's like the most depressing fun you'll have this year. It's just not.
It's like a guy.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't.
It's like a guy in a uniform with a gun. It's
yeah,
like the other thing is, with a gun saying "Fun will now commence."
Yeah,
I know this comparison's almost absurd because of how good the original score is from John Williams. Here's an interesting little factoid: the Harry Potter theme, dun 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 dun. That theme contains all 12 notes of the Western scale, just the theme. It's one of the very few. It's one of the very few music film themes that goes through all 12 notes over the course of its opening.
Are they?
But it is iconic, and
are they using? Are they not going to use it? Yeah, I guess, because I assume they'd be allowed to if they wanted to. No,
they wouldn't want to be tied to it like that.
No, what they'll do is they'll wait to season 2 or something to do that. They always go back to the original movies. Every single time.
I would have thought they would cynically use it. Honestly,
I think they'll wait till season 2.
The other thing is the rights, the licensing for that. I know it's a big, expensive production, but just the licensed music like that, John Williams music would be super expensive. I've only ever seen it done well once, whereby basically IP music has been not necessarily improved on, but the new composer was brought in and did something different and successful. It was Ludwig Göransson with The Mandalorian season 1. He didn't write a John Williams imitation score. He just wrote a new sort of type of score, and it worked really well. I don't think you'd necessarily be able to do that here, but without
They'll
question, the
remix it.
music's going to be vastly inferior.
It'll be a
Right,
shit
that's the-
remix. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. The original music like conjured up everything that you were looking for. It was kind of whimsical. It was lighthearted, but there was an undertone of like menace and adventure and danger and all of those things mixed together, which is exactly what you would want from Harry Potter. This just sounds like it could be the score for any fucking superhero movie ever.
It's Hans Zimmer. I just looked it up.
See my previous statement.
So they've gone big. That's going to be expensive hiring Hans Zimmer. So they've gone as big as they can with this. That's not even who I would have gone for. I would have gone for
I don't,
yeah. I mean, Ludwig Göransson would be the first choice, but I don't think you could get him. Maybe you could, but Hans Zimmer's a little bit old hat, I think, for this.
Yeah, and I don't want to go big with this first movie. I know you might necessarily want to attract attention, but this just doesn't feel like the way to do it, because this is him first taking his first sort of steps into the world of wizards and stuff. Like, it should be playful, it should be intriguing rather than epic and world defining. That's not what this first movie is meant to be, or this first book is meant to be.
You're looking through Hogwarts and the Wisdom World, literally through a child's eyes. It's he's in a shitty cupboard, and then he suddenly goes to this brand new, like, fucking universe full of new possibilities. And this one's just like, it's just as dull as the real world.
That's the problem. There is no escalation in the visuals at all. It is dark, it's dingy, it's miserable to start with. He's being poked at. You're never going to be anything, Harry. Then they go to Hogwarts. Exactly the same lighting, dark, dreary. The colors are all muted.
You're still nothing, Harry.
Yeah, you haven't got that elevation of wow and wonder and spectacle. And this
feels like... Yeah, this feels like the kind of soundtrack and the kind of cinematography that you would have in the final season. When it's the final epic confrontation against Voldemort, and like everything's going to get decided here, and it's dark and it's dingy and dangerous, because that's where we're at now in the story. Not here, though. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, like when the kids come in and he put those floating candles on, you see the ghosts all going past, like, anything's possible. But this one just looks like a normal boarding school.
Yeah.
Well, not normal. I mean, they're all rich as fuck.
But it just looks like my first day at the 90s school or something.
No one's getting butt fucked, so it's not like a normal boarding school.
Whoa! Depends who's doing the butt fucking.
Would you like to see my wand, Harry? It's meaty.
Use the force. I've run out of lubricant. Anyway,
spit on it, Harry.
Let's finish this fucking thing. Oh, wait.
There he was.
Let's get a fast one.
Let's not finish this. Let's not be too hasty here. There you go. There's our Snape. There's it.
I mean, look, I'm glad that they gave him dreadlocks so that we would know he was black. But one thing I will say, fair play to HBO. Fair play to HBO for not playing rap music when he shows up in the trailer.
Leave that to Perry Chan.
Yeah, it was too far gone, to be honest with you, to introduce it then. But when they do the different profiles of all the characters, that's going to be a fun time.
I just let's take our first look at this greasy-haired, sallow-faced, hooked-nosed, 50-something white guy.
Goth.
All right, go. Fucking
another big problem with this is that, I mean, I've read the books twice. I read them once as a kid, once as an adult, so I know them pretty well. And Snape he's a wallflower. Like, that's his fundamental character backstory. He's a wallflower who was bullied. And if you're talking, like, he was going to school in the 70s in England, he would have been like the only black kid or one of the very few. And it's not exactly evocative of somebody who's a wallflower. You would get a bit more notice if you were the only black kid. And the kids would sort of keep their distance and wouldn't believe, because they wouldn't want to be accused of racism, which is, of course, the worst thing you can be in 1970s Britain, even up to today. So it just... I know that maybe you would accuse me of overthinking it, but that's how I think about these things, and it makes it very unbelievable. It kind of kills the verisimilitude for me when you do this. And that's to say nothing of the fatigue. You know, race swap fatigue is very, very real. People are just fucking sick of it.
Yeah, it's always black. It's never Asian, Arab, Inuit, Indian. It's always just black. And because it's part of the actual marketing strategy is get a black guy, come in, do a controversial race swap. He'll be victim. He'll then make a fucking, speech about, I'm overcoming the abuse. And then they'll use that as part of the marketing. Racist fans hate this because of this. You must support it to own the chuds. It's all part of the marketing.
Yeah. It is like it's called fan baiting. It's 100% a thing that is part of their marketing strategy now, and it's sad in a lot of ways because it opens this actor up to so much abuse. Whereas, like, there's probably other characters that he could have been cast as throughout the series that would have been more amenable.
Yeah, you take these roles. You're responsible. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's a grown adult. He knows the controversy that's going to surround it. He has probably been surrounded by a team of people that go, this is going to be great for your career. You're going to be the martyr. You're going to be the one that people go after. You 100%. Can use that. You can change that. You can turn it on its head. You can be the victim. You being the victim will get you more eyes on you to go into these projects. It's the most cynical casting around. It's the most pathetic casting around, and they did it because they wanted the controversy around this show. They wanted the buzz around this show to be what they've done with probably one of, if not the most iconic figure in the Harry Potter movies, just because of how incredible he was portrayed. They know exactly what they're doing. This looks ridiculous. You're very correct about the verisimilitude about it all because it doesn't make any sense. You talk about being the only black kid in a school in the 70s. When I was at school in the 90s, we had 1,000 pupils at my school, 1 black person, 1 Indian person, 998 white people, and that's in the 90s. So this kind of thing to plot one of the biggest characters, which is very specifically expressed in the books and the story which surrounds him, because it is a story of, particularly in his younger days, of victimhood. It's just the cheesiest, most cynical, pathetic thing they can do. And they did it, and they've done it for all the reasons that they want us to be talking about. Because they are desperate to turn this into a race card. They're desperate to go, look at all these horrible racist people out there that are bringing up this person's color. Why can't people just be people? Why do they have to be built? And they know exactly what they're doing. I hope this fucking thing exposes it all, to be honest with you.
It's not just that as well. It's like, as Despot said, he's a wallflower. He's shy. He's introverted. Do you think this guy's going to play it the same way?
Well, he's going around the corners armed and dangerous right now, so I don't know.
Are you really Harry Potter?
Man,
I was just line of dialogue. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I hope they fucking do Ron justice in this, because that was my one big takeaway from the movies. Like, it wasn't until very late in my life that I actually bothered to read the books. And then, like, I saw Ron as a completely different character. It's like they made him into a useless, terrified pussy in the movies, whereas the Ron from the books is not like that at all. And they do him justice here.
It's definitely an area of the movies they can improve on, because Ron was always a very, I'm not even going to call him a two-dimensional character in the movies. He's just this sort of one-dimensional, vaguely comic relief. He's there in the background. And then out of fucking, it's one of the reasons why the kiss with, obviously it's because the two actors, Rupert Grint and Emma Watson, didn't have any chemistry, but as well as that, the character, he's this sort of quippy comic wallflower, and then he kisses this absolute banger out of nowhere. It just felt so fucking wrong. It was weird. It's one of the reasons it's one of the worst kisses in cinema history, because they got the character so bad.
Rey and Kylo is right up there.
That's up there. Yeah, that's like bottom 5. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like in the books, he's much more like you understand where he's coming from. It's like he's angsty because he comes from a poor background, and that puts him at odds with someone like Draco, who's like super upper class in the wizarding world. And it's like, okay, fine, I understand what your weaknesses or your angst is. And he's actually like he's the in for Harry in the wizarding world. He's always there to explain things to him, and he knows way more than Harry does for a lot of the series. That makes a lot of sense. And yeah, hopefully they can give some of that to him now, and they don't feel the need to just make him a fucking useless pussy.
Yeah, his mind is always roving. Like, he's very interested in a lot of things, but like he's interested in his sports and his history of that fucking sports ball game they have, Quidditch. So he's quite a cultural guy in the books, just not very academic.
Yeah.
Well, do you think they'll actually tell? Because the whole point of the TV show was we can actually tell all the stories we had to cut out from the books. But then, as always, what they're going to do is they're going to go, we're going to tell our stories. We're going to add our things to the show. That's what's going to happen.
They've already said that.
100%.
They're now going to be giving backstories on characters which wasn't in the book and stuff like that. Hermione's family life and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like you never see her family in the books. I never wanted to, because I don't give a fuck what her family are like. It's like we're told that they're wealthy. That's it. Good enough. Let's see. We did it. So it's coming out this year, the year of our Lord 2026.
We'll say, by the way, the music for me is a major contrast of the feel you get from the original versus this. Is like, I don't even know how to feel exactly about this music.
It's very
the music that I've heard so far. I was about to say, it's like it almost sounds like placeholder music, as if Hans Zimmer hasn't written the score yet. Like that is how generic that is, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
It could just be trailer music.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because it has no identity whatsoever, none.
Yeah,
but it might try and be so safe that it does nothing. Like the first seasons where they're the most shaky about doing stuff. Then it's the second, the third season when they get funded is when they go, right, now we can go balls to the wall and fucking ruin everything.
Yeah, but that's normally with script though and storytelling, not with music. You know, music's normally something which can hook you into something before it's even, that's got a great score. Oh, that sounds awesome, or whatever emotion. It's like, just take the June 3 trailer, for example. Again, Hans Zimmer. And then you have the Fremen chant, which people are going fucking wild for. And it does. It really gets the blood pumping when you listen to that Fremen chant. There's nothing there in that score, in that trailer, to be honest with you, that said, look at this wonderful, magical, whimsical adventure for these young kids. It was dreary, dark, and depressing.
I'm going to push back against that. By the way, as a Scotsman, I have to vouch for the Atreides bagpipes. That shit is fucking amazing.
Hans Zimmer can still write a great score. He's still a great composer when he puts in the effort. It's not like he's past it. So I mean, when he did Interstellar, obviously that's amazing. And then I read up on the history of Hans Zimmer's scores because I was really impressed with what he did on Dune Part 2. I think that's an excellent score. But he mostly just toured after Interstellar. He toured a lot, and when he was going to write a score, the impression I got is that he either wrote it on tour or he wrote it without a great deal of effort, but he put a massive amount of effort into the Dune score. He even started scoring it before principal photography started, and he continued afterward for the follow-up. So he really poured himself into that project, and it shows in the score. It's excellent. So if he shows up, like if he makes the effort, he can still write a great score.
Let me ask you guys then. So, ethnically diverse Snape aside, what do you reckon this show's going to do? Like, if you had to estimate it's, I don't know, say the movies were a 10 out of 10, where do you think these are going to sit?
They don't look too bad.
The viewership's going to be massive.
Apart from Snape, it's not too bad. I think they're playing it quite safe, and it's taking a slightly darker tone. And the casting, apart from Snape, I think is quite good. It looks like it'll be a solid enough show. I don't think this is going to be a Rings of Power level disaster. Not even close.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Is it? Because I'm kind of out of the loop on Harry Potter, but is it going to be huge? Like, is that the expectation?
I think so.
The fan
Harry
base.
Yeah,
Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter's a huge.
Harry,
huge
it is like Harry Potter is not Star Wars. So when they came out with the Fantastic Beasts sub-franchise to try to sort of do something with the IP, that was just a total fucking failure. But it didn't matter. No one really gave a shit. It didn't affect the merch sales. It didn't affect the popularity of the franchise. It's not like with Star Wars where just nobody gives a fuck anymore. It's still one of the biggest IPs in the world, and it's still relatively untapped, which is one of the reasons they're doing this.
Yeah, like there hasn't been like 100 Star Wars sequels or Harry Potter sequels, sorry, where they've just drained the fan base. It is the only thing we've had of Harry Potter literally for like 10 years.
It's funny looking at Harry Potter fans and being like, "Oh, you sweet summer children! Like you haven't been through what we've been through."
Well,
You
yeah,
have
I mean,
not
you've
seen
had the
what I have
Fantastical
seen.
Beast stuff.
Yeah, but was that like
Oh, yeah.
really, really bad, or
I think
They're the
It was
prequels, yeah.
awful. Like it wasn't like it didn't shit all over the franchise. It was just really bad because J.K. Rowling wrote the scripts and she's not a screenwriter, and you could tell as well. Did anybody see those pieces of shit? The Fantastic
No.
didn't
Beasts
give a
movies?
fuck about them. Never seen a
I
single
got
one.
so I got dragged to them by I think the first one, an ex-girlfriend. My wife took me to the second one, something like that. But they're so badly written because you can tell, okay, a novelist wrote this because the dialogue is so wordy. There's so many fucking characters and subplots. You can tell that this was written by someone who's used to writing novels. This is not. Oh, the screenwriting was so bad. Like she's an awful screenwriter.
Take
Did you
it
watch
from
the
me.
third one?
Never have an author write your screenplay. That's
Yeah,
my
it's
experience.
I mean, even when Kirk Douglas was producing Spartacus, and he eventually had to fire the first director and bring Stanley Kubrick on board, so he knew what he was doing. When he was producing that, his biggest concern is that he didn't want the author of the book writing the script. He said, "Oh no, that's not going to work," because the author of the book did provide a script for him, and it was fucking dog shit. Like it's nothing happens, and there's no set pieces or major battles for the first 2 hours or something. By the way, the book's amazing. The book is or no, I didn't fucking read Spartacus. No, I did read Spartacus, and I read the one he wrote about the pharaoh. Really good. But anyway, he's a really great writer, but he was a terrible screenwriter. It's a totally different thing.
Let me answer a couple of super chats before we move on to the next thing here, because there's quite a few piled up as you can imagine. Drinker, how involved were you with Resurrection, a Biohazard story fan film? I saw that they had your book as a prop in one of the scenes. That was as much a surprise to me as it was to you guys. Yeah, like I met with them. I hung out with them back when I was doing a Comic-Con in Michigan, I think. And that was like a year or two back when they were still in production for a Biohazard story, but I had no input on the actual movie or anything at all. I was just happy to see them doing what they were doing. I thought it was great to see. I thought it was awesome to see the original cast from MauLer. You'll appreciate this now, having recently played Resident Evil.
yeah,
They've got pretty much all the original live action cast back to do like a sort of mini series. And it's a whole lot of fun. So, yeah, it was nice to see them doing that thing. And, yeah, I was just there to support it. I was happy to see it get made. Yeah, own my own video company, and you inspired us to crowdfund our own short film. If you could give a shout out to our Kickstarter for Battle of Britain, The Shelter, we'd appreciate it. It's in the budget to buy you a drink if we get funded. Well, fuck yeah. Please, everyone, fund this thing. Battle of Britain, The Shelter, because I want a free drink for this one. That's how far Scottish people will go for a free booze. Yeah, I wish you the best of luck, man. I hope it pans out for you. Let's see. There was a couple of other 50s that came in here. Oh yeah. Drinker, it was great meeting you at Megacon. Valen loves his plushie, maybe a bit too much. I'm honestly worried for the plushie now. Hopefully meeting Gillian Anderson was awesome for you next time. Gents, I never got to meet her. I saw her from a distance when I was at Megacon, but I never got to meet her because the line was ginormous, and the booker that I normally talk to wasn't available at the time. But yeah, sad times indeed. I saw John Carpenter as well, and who else was there? Jodie Whittaker. Her line wasn't huge, weirdly. John Cena was there as well. It was kind of interesting, yeah. Megacon's and Alec Baldwin as well. I saw him. They had bodyguards. Yeah, they had him behind a bulletproof screen, but it was to protect everyone else from him.
Yeah. Shots fired.
Let's see what else have we got here. There was there's another one here. Watched the trilogy last night, and Anduril always seemed a bit big for Aragorn, but in Fellowship, it looks like Narsil is just a normal-sized sword. Wouldn't be surprised if they accounted for the Numenorians being huge then, and now we have Colbert.
He's not Numenorian.
Aragorn, well, he's descended from them, but I think he's more like human in terms of size, but he's got their lifespan because he's like 85 years old, I think, in the Lord of the Rings movies. They live a good couple 100 years. So, and that actually brings me on quite neatly, actually, to what I was going to talk about next, which is there's a new Lord of the Rings movie that has been announced. And as if we weren't excited enough for the Hunt for Gollum, which was literally a tiny couple of paragraphs within Lord of the Rings, we now have Lord of the Rings, Shadow of the Past, which is going to be written by Stephen Colbert. I don't know. The easiest way I can do this is to show you Peter Jackson talking about this and give you the insight here. Let's see what he's got to say about it, shall we? And then you can get your thoughts on it.
Everybody, I thought it was time to give you all a Hunt for Gollum update.
So I am going to say as well, Peter Jackson sounds really old now.
Yes.
A bit haggard, But obviously this was brought on by the great success of Lord of Ring Gollum, right? Because when that hit the shelves, they couldn't resist making a movie adaptation of that.
What's weird as well is like he's clearly way older, but he seems like his hair has suddenly gone brown again, where the last time I saw him it was grey. Like, I don't know, man. It's like if you've got that little going on, why would you bother dyeing it? But okay. All right, let's see.
He's clearly a vain man. Look at him.
The Adonis that he is.
Of many that will do little blogs along the way, and Andy Serkis has been busy designing the film. He's going to direct it and obviously play Gollum. We've got a lot of the old team back again, familiar faces and some new faces. But
just got to work, I guess.
I just love the editing though. Some old original faces, some new faces. Just cuts to the first woman.
Women can do things as well as.
No, they can't. They can't. Though that's just it. They can't. Okay.
Science has proven women cannot do anything.
No.
Andy's doing a terrific job. It's looking amazing.
Lies.
The script is coming together really well, and I think it's going to be a really good film. Really.
I don't believe you.
The script's really coming together. This is going to be a real great film. It's like, you've got any other cue cards there you got to read?
I have full confidence in Andy Serkis and his great team.
A good film. But that is not the only Tolkien movie that we're developing. We've actually got another film that we'll be making after Hunt for Gollum. So I thought...
When I'm looking at him, why do I see like James Cameron when he's having to introduce like the fifth fucking Terminator sequel that he knows?
I totally believe it.
Yeah,
Dead Eyes.
Be great.
I've read the script and it's the best Terminator movie I've ever seen.
I should tell you a little bit about that. Actually, why don't I get somebody else to?
My God, it's so natural. I never imagined this was prearranged.
He lost his place on the screen.
Colbert's energy, good Lord.
Hold on. He took a dramatic pause before he said, "Oh wait, what about I let somebody else?" You know, the man's got acting.
You know why? It's like, I couldn't help noticing. Just before he paused, his arm was going like this.
It's like he just wants to be anywhere else on the fucking planet.
He's like, I'm almost there.
Was this edited by the same people that did the Harry Potter trailer? It's kind of.
Let's put the Hans Zimmer score over it.
To explain it, because we've got a very special partner that we're working with, and you can see for yourself. Hang on. There we go. Hello.
Oh, Peter, I never would have expected this. What an unexpected call.
Really?
Hi, Peter. Hey, Stephen. Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
Good. I like all your Tolkien stuff on the wall there. That's that's
hard. Oh, thanks. This is just part of the collection.
So fake. So just No enthusiasm.
I'm just one of you guys. You guys.
Hello,
do you
fellow
do-
humans.
Yeah, how do you do, fellow film fans? I mean, I'll give Colbert his due. Like, apparently
He is legit.
he is a massive Lord of the Rings nerd, which is like, okay, fine, I respect that.
He's
I
also
do.
many other things.
Yes, that's just the
Yeah,
problem.
he's also a fucking massive bell end.
Yeah.
So I was just explaining to the folks about the next
How you made
Tolkien
a lot
movie
of
after
people
Hunt for
try and take the
Gollum,
vaccine
and
and kill
the fact that
themselves.
Hey, get on board with the vax scene, as come on.
Yeah. No, I'm good, thanks.
What's that, Stephen? You want to tell us for the 500th time why Trump is the worst human being that's ever lived? All right, cool. Yeah, I'm ready to listen.
we've partnered up with you to develop the script. So
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. Should I tell people?
Yeah, I
Dude,
mean,
Peter Jackson's
I'm
got
looking.
the fucking body language of like an 80-year-old. Seriously, he's just like, hello, Stephen. Isn't this great that we're doing this today?
I had to unfortunately subject myself to a movie Bob video, right, for my latest
I'm so sorry.
video
dude.
that I put out, right, because I needed a current visual of him, and holy fuck, that man is like 2 years older than me, and he looks about 60 years old, and that's what I'm getting from Peter Jackson here. Like, he is.
That is the incredible result of a pure diet of Mountain Dew marinated turkey over. I can't even.
I've just looked it up, and Peter Jackson is actually 32 years old. So that's crazy. It's crazy, man.
I lost some of my drink there. Fucking MauLer.
Don't forget that small meal of McDonald's. You'll have that for breakfast every day. If you want the movie Bob physique, okay, it's a hard job to achieve, but you can get there with perseverance.
I want to try that one day.
You don't. Do you know the Metal stream trying to do it? He got like less than halfway and gave up.
He wasn't trying.
It's not the quantity, it's the fucking shitty nature of it. Fucking McDonald's food.
Just eating rubber, basically.
He's just eating plastic.
Flavored plastic.
Oh, Christ. Like, go
What the story is?
As much as you want. Yep.
I will, as much as I can. You know what the books mean to me and what your films mean to me. But
yes, I've been told that humans care quite a bit about Lord of the Rings. So,
the thing I found myself reading over and over again were the 6 chapters early on in the Fellowship that y'all never developed in.
what is this y'all bullshit?
Y'all.
Like, fucking calling the Texas Rangers buddy boy. Like, who the fuck are you to be saying shit like that? You're like,
Get out of here with your y'alls.
He's calling
Yo.
Peter Jackson
The main
out.
streets
guys.
of Santa Monica.
I'm down with Middle America. What? How do you do, fellow normal people?
Middle America.
Would you like to drink a beer? Is that what you guys drink?
To the first movie back in the day. It's basically the chapter is 3 is Company through Fog on the Barrow Downs. And I thought, oh, wait, maybe that could be its own story that could fit into the larger story.
Peter Jackson's just sitting there like, yeah,
His
there's a reason I cut
expression,
that
look
shit
at
out of
that.
the movies.
If you
When I've
had
just
frozen
woken
this
up.
and said Stephen Colbert is explaining his Lord of the Rings film to Peter Jackson, what do you think he feels from this expression?
He loves it.
Yeah, there's a reason that stuff was cut out of the movies. It's like, okay, it's like a fucking weird tangential little mini adventure that doesn't contribute to the overall narrative. Like, that's fine. I understand why they cut it out. It's fine, but like, why make that into a movie?
Could we make something that was completely faithful to the books while also being completely faithful to the movies that you guys had already made?
Not if you're making it, asshole.
And I started talking it over with my son, Peter, who's also a screenwriter. And we worked out.
Is he really? What is he
Wonder
written?
how he got that job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna look it up. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up too.
Through talent, I'm sure.
Can't believe he multiplied. Who the fuck would have his spawn?
Well, when you're a multi-millionaire, it's funny how that works out. Yeah. So what has he got? What has his son done?
I can't find anything. I can't find him on
Oh my god!
IMDb.
Imagine my shock.
No, I don't see him anywhere.
So he's got.
Well, just like
I'm
it's
trying
just
to
like
find. He's got
J.J.
two
Abrams.
sons, Peter and John Colbert, but Peter Colbert was known as Peter McGee, and then he went by Peter Colbert. So this is confusing.
I'm seeing the Peter McGee one. Is that the one you're looking at? The Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug. That one.
But so you called him a screenwriter, but I'm
oh
not
no, he
seeing
is.
any...
This is because it says parents Stephen Colbert. Why the fuck does he call himself McGee?
Yeah,
Anyway,
I've got his IMDb up here. Oh,
So
you're never going to believe this. He's done. He's produced Where's Noah TV series in 2019 for 4 episodes.
he also did At the Crossroads Down Yonder.
Yeah,
The Desolation
in
of Smaug. But I don't see any.
2018.
Well, Desolation of
credits.
Smog is just an actor in, right? Or am I missing something?
I don't see any credits. He hasn't done anything. It seems like
he's an actor. He's the Lake Town spy in the Desolation of Smaug.
Well, I mean,
he's 28, but looks like a pure Nepo hire.
When I look up movies written by Stephen Colbert as well, I get Strangers with Candy and Strangers with Candy Retardation a Celebration.
You're just gonna, like what is this? Isn't anything. This At the Crossroads Down Yonder is kind of all
nothing.
This guy's
Nothing.
got. Yeah,
it's got nothing to his name.
We thought would work,
This
especially
is
as a framing
this is 100% Nepo.
Oh yeah,
device for that story. And it took me a few years to scrape my courage into a pile to give you a call.
Yeah, getting made unemployed certainly gives you an incentive to get that arse in gear, doesn't it, Stephen?
But about 2 years ago, I did. You liked it enough to talk to me about it. And ever since then, the two of us have been working with the brilliant Philippa Boyens on how to develop this story. And we recently took it to Richard Brenner at New Line and Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca at Warner Brothers. And I could not be happier to say that they loved it. And so that's what we're going to be working on.
Fantastic.
Philippa Boyens did War of the Rohirrim, where she doesn't give a shit anymore.
Imagine my shock, like another
Like
girl
all
boss centric. Because allow me to, I suppose I should add a little bit of context for people who haven't been too up on this. So I can give you a little description of what this movie is going to be about. Lord of the Rings, Shadow of the Past is set 14 years after the passing of Frodo. Sam, Merry, and Pippin set out to retrace the first steps of their adventure. Meanwhile, Sam's daughter, Eleanor, has discovered a long-buried secret and is determined to uncover why the War of the Ring was very nearly lost before it even began.
Oh.
Well, can you fucking place your bets, gentlemen? Who do you think is going to be the main character of this movie? If you had to like fucking life on the line, who do you think it's going to be? I don't think it's going to be Merry, Pippin, or Sam. Put it that way.
Third Hobbit from the left.
Hobbit is a woman.
She is going to be the bestest Hobbit that ever hobbited, and she is going to show them how they were so wrong back in the day, and they did everything wrong, and she's going to show them the correct way to adventure.
There's going to be, like, Sam is going to basically be a bad dad. And then what they'll do is they'll go, instead of 20 rings, there was 21 rings. And it's like Sauron's secret cock ring or something like that.
No, there'll be a historian, like the official historian, and he'll be this old guy, and he'll be like, "Let me tell you, love, you don't know what you're doing here." And then she'll mog him. She'll show him up and show that he was wrong all along, and she's, the expert in the field now, actually, despite being 20 years old.
There's gonna be another Dark Lord. Fucking
Snape.
I'm Black Lord.
It does sound shit though. I mean, if the purpose of the movie is to examine recent history, she's basically either a historian or an archaeologist or something like that. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't sound like all the woke shit aside. Let's just make the Lord of the Rings a feminist franchise now to make up for the fact that there weren't enough insufferable women in it in the trilogy. Apart from all that, it's just not an interesting premise. It sounds shit. It sounds boring.
Well, what they're hoping is that they get the original cast back and just basically have member berries carry the
That's
story.
exactly what it is.
Yep,
Like it's pure
100%.
fucking. This is pure nostalgia cash
Nostalgia-based.
grab. It's
Yeah.
it is a nostalgia cash grab. They're going to do it on a low budget. Sounds like it for that fucking premise. It's going to be like, I mean, War they were here wasn't even a cash grab. It was a rights retainer, and it was dog shit. Like they just to get it done faster. How many animation studios did they hire? It was something crazy. It's like 9 different animation studios. It was a lot. And you can tell because sometimes the animation looks okay. Sometimes it looks fucking atrocious. The main character's body design is constantly changing from scene to scene. God, that movie was awful. Fucking
But
terrible.
we
Like
said
that was
before, like Philippa Boyens is writing that, so even if you get all the people back from the actual like films, they can't do it anymore. Like people have said, like Peter Jackson doesn't have it anymore. He's more obsessed with CGI, like the actual practical effects from like Two Towers. He just wouldn't do that again. You could already see it.
Well, I'm just saying it's interesting how Peter Jackson's career didn't really go anywhere after Lord of the Rings. He made a bunch of weird slop with odd CGI plus the Hobbit movies. It was pretty awful, actually.
I think he's more into the technical aspect. I don't think he really cares about directing anymore.
Because he had the Kong movie, right? But that didn't.
Yeah, it's not very good. It's just
No.
okay. It's got Jack Black's. He's actually okay in it, but
Naomi
it's
Watts
just
is
not a
pretty
good
hot in it.
movie. It's just not a very good movie. It's all right. It's
Correct.
kind of forgettable. Sort of CGI is interesting, but it's not like he never. It's like he never even tried to do something great again after Lord of the Rings. It was kind of a shame.
I think The Hobbit broke him. I think that
Yeah.
soured him on directing. I think it soured him on the studio system. That combined with the the back end royalties dispute that he had to sue Warner Brothers over. I think it just completely broke him in terms of making movies.
Remember he produced Mortal Engines? Did anyone see that?
I saw
dog
it.
shit.
That's one of the biggest flops in history, right?
I wanted
Awful,
to.
awful
I
movie.
always wanted to see a movie of London chasing Birmingham as a fucking gigantic mechanized city. Such nonsense.
Like it might have been better in animation form, like Hal's Moving Castle. But
Yeah.
like that's the thing. Sometimes he's obsessed with CGI, Peter Jackson, and CGI just doesn't work. When you're in the real world, some things look terrible. They can only be done in animation, and he just doesn't believe that.
Yeah. So aren't exactly high for Stephen Colbert's Lord of the Rings movie then.
I'm gonna just go out on a limb here and say it never happens. I don't think there's a chance that thing actually gets made.
Yeah. I mean, clearly Hunt for Gollum is going to happen because that's in production right now. But again, it's anyone's guess what chances it's got. I think it's going to be dog shit. I don't think of Andy Serkis necessarily as an amazing director because he's only done 3 or 4 movies and most of them have been pretty shit. So, yeah, I don't see it. I also don't want to see him motion capturing Gollum now when he's in his 60s. Gollum's very athletic. Gollum springs around and jumps around and shit, and it's that stuff is probably hard enough when you're 40, but when you're 60,
It's hard to fake it. It's very hard to fake it at that age, and it'll come through. It'll be this uncanny valley body movements. Do you know the opening to Indiana Jones and the piece of shit made by Kathleen Kennedy, whatever it was called? That what was weird about the face kind of looked good, but what was really weird about it was his body movements. He had the body movements of an old man, and that added to the uncanny valley aspect of it. And that's something there's nothing you can do about that.
That's what always happens. It was the same with Samuel L. Jackson in Captain Marvel, where it's he's got the face of a 40-year-old man, but he moves like a 70-year-old. Whenever he has to run or jump or fight or whatever.
Irishman.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
What the fuck?
You're underwater.
he's been
somehow
eaten by
Sauron
his...
returned.
Oh my God, Cthulhu's here.
My lord.
Writing wrongs. We can't understand a word you say. You sound like the Terminator died of a radiation overdose or something. Writing? Can you say something?
Can I say something? Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, you're fine now.
Yeah,
okay, now.
okay.
Do
he's
you
not
want to say
saying
anything?
And he's dead.
Okay, fine.
Is that better?
Moving on. Yeah, let me bring up a super chat here. This is for 5,000 Arces. So thank you. MauLer, I heard you say you're playing Resident Evil Remake next. You should play them in the order of release. Remake will possibly overshadow 2 and 3 if you play it first. Either way, if you do only do 2 playthroughs of Resident Evil 2, the canonical path is Claire A and Leon B. That is true. Yeah, that's what Capcom considers canonical.
I played the original OG PlayStation, technically PlayStation 1, like, it's port to PC, but still, one after I'd played 4 Remake, 5, a bit of 6, 7, 8, and 9. So, and I love it more than most of those. So don't worry about me on that front. I'll be fine. I did talk with some of the guys about whether it's better to do 1 remake, and then 2 remake, 3 remake, or do all of the originals and all the remakes. And most people seem to settle on it's better to do the originals than remakes because you get the direct comparison of how they've been updated and stuff.
Apart from you steered him wrong, buddy.
Why?
Well, you told him to avoid the OGs.
No.
You said do the remakes only.
Yeah.
No,
you son of a bitch.
No,
this will not stand, damn it.
I said if you want to kind of go where you've been going, just go with the remakes only. But if you want to go with the OGs, I'd absolutely go with the OGs.
Well, I did want to. No, but that's what I said. He said.
Good.
Okay.
But Drigger, do you agree with that? That I should have gone with the remakes, but if I want to do the OGs to do them, or that
no, I think you should definitely do the OGs. Like basically,
it's my fault. Wasn't assertive enough with you? Okay.
Well, you agree that's 2 different perspectives, right? He's saying definitely do the OGs. You're saying do them if you want to.
Do what the fuck you want.
Yeah, I know. That's okay. I'm not saying there's anything. He's the one that came at you, okay? Not me.
Well, look, I'm passionate when it comes to Resident Evil, okay? And I get easily triggered.
I didn't do nothing.
All right, Wes, calm down.
I was just interested to know because you're both Resident Evil people, so it's like, what you thinking,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if nothing else, it makes for a fun ride for everyone who's watching you play it on stream. People do the OGs and then do the remakes. It's like, well, okay, look, there's a lot of comparisons to be drawn there, so there's probably a lot you can talk about.
I was kind of surprised with how many people sort of really wanted to see it. I didn't realize how beloved the original is, and there's got to be a lot of, because I just have to imagine a lot of people of my generation and lower have never intend to play it, but I do recommend it. It's good fun.
Yeah. Let me see here. On the bright side, it's better to have Stephen Colbert doing the writing than Phoebe Waller-Bridge, or am I wrong? They're both politically motivated fucking hacks.
It's a straw man, that. It's a straw man.
I'm guessing Stephen Colbert's knowledge of Lord of the Rings is probably better than Phoebe Waller-Bridge's knowledge of Lara Croft and Tomb Raider, as much as she might protest otherwise. So maybe if I had to pick between the two, he's
would
better.
That make it worse?
It's a false dichotomy, is what you mean, right? As why are we choosing between these two?
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Well, it's like, do you want to die of cancer or AIDS? It's like, well, both ways are bad.
Well, I think what he's getting at is it's better to have Colbert writing Lord of the Rings than it is to have Phoebe Waller-Bridge writing Tomb Raider, which I mean, to be honest,
somebody has knowledge of something does not mean they're going to produce something that's going to be of material for others.
Yeah, I mean,
apart from the fact
more
that he's
culturally important as well. So, like, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is probably going to do a worse job than Stephen Colbert, but like, I feel like the subject matter is more important with Lord of the Rings than Tomb Raider.
Well, it might be worse because
trash franchise. Although so is Lord of the Rings, to be fair. Sorry, go ahead.
I think Stephen Colbert might be worse because he knows what to destroy.
Yeah,
he's quite clumsy. He'll go right, destroy the Barrow Downs, destroy Tom Bombadil, destroy all these things that were never included. I get to rubber stamp those moments with my name on.
MauLer, we were talking about this like many moons ago, right? Where it's like, when you have to weigh up the balance of the quality of an IP or a franchise or whatever, with Star Wars, on the good side, you've essentially got the OT and maybe
you already hesitated.
Yeah, you've maybe got Rogue One and Andor, right? I know,
maybe
going against fucking everything else, and we're kind of facing this this unfortunate situation with Lord of the Rings, where on the good side you've got the Peter Jackson trilogy, which is perfect essentially, but then you've got Hobbit, which was at best meh, and then you've got War of the Rohirrim. You're going to have this Stephen Colbert movie, and you're going to have Hunt for Gollum, and it's like that's potentially 5 negatives to 3 positives.
There's this wonderful effort that I feel was kind of spearheaded in Hope by Gary of we will not let them do to Lord of the Rings what they did to Star Wars. But man, it is a relentless battle, and you can kind of compare the tracking of both IPs being what Drinks just laid out there, right? Both really foundationally strong OTs in a sense. Prequel trilogies for both of them that are not well received in many ways. And then it's like, so where's the sequel trilogy for Lord of the Rings? And it's like, to an extent, you could say they're flipping the order a little bit with Rings of Power instead. Because, you know, we got all the stupid, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Boba Fett shows. It's like, those are the Rings of Power. And it's like, so where are we now? It's like, well, for Lord of the Rings to catch up to Star Wars, it needs, like, a sequel trilogy of awful films. Yeah, well, and that, but we kind of, it feels like this is kind of the equivalent. It's like we've already got this Hunt for Gollum thing coming, and now the Colbert movie. If they make one more, and then we've already got the TV shows, like holy shit, it's knocking on the door of where Star Wars is.
Well, they are going to make more. That's exactly what you said. Like it's a battle, but it's like as a battle that you're eventually going to lose because they are just going to keep making more. And it's like when you're always on the offensive, even a defeat is eventually just going to become a victory because you're always pushing forward.
Yeah, because what happens is the ratios, as you were laying out there, it just keeps changing in your mind. Like, what is Lord of the Rings? We associate the books and the films. But eventually you're like, fuck, the Lord of the Rings is associated with this name with these horrible slop things popping out every once in a while. So what happened to Star Wars? It's just like this inevitability that sucks.
The difference is that Lord of the Rings, the characters and actors still haven't been fucked with. And that's what actually kills the franchise because it makes you not want to watch the original. Because you can always like put away Rings of Power as something else or Hunt for Gollum. If none of the if it's only Andy Serkis, you can, it's like a little fucking other thing you can shove away. But when you bring Gandalf with Ian McKellen back and then have him sodomize himself with his own wizard stick, it's like I can't unsee that. You know what I mean? Like,
because this Stephen Colbert thing is going to have the 3 like remaining hobbits. It's going to have Gandalf. I think it's going to have Aragorn if they can get him.
Legolas.
And so like that's where you go. Like you bring back the original cast, you fuck them over, and you make them look like useless assholes in favor of like the diverse replacements. Standard fucking Hollywood procedure, man. And it's like so tragic to see it happen to Lord of the Rings because I feel like for 20 years, basically, we've been safe from this. They haven't done this stuff, and we've been effectively protected from it. And now the floodgates are open, and they're just going to keep doing more and more. They're not going to let up.
Yeah, because fucking Rings of Power isn't even over. it's still rolling out. It's unfortunate.
It's never going to be over.
But yeah.
What's content? We need more for Amazon.
It's content if they see a penny in anything. If they feel as if they think a penny, they can make a penny from something, they'll go for it. We always knew this day would come.
Do you think it's penny or ego? Because Rings of Power is like
it's
$1 billion.
Penny. It's penny. They're not making shit for ego.
But like Rings of Power is just a sunk cost. Like I don't see any profit being made from that.
Well, that's Bezos' love child. That's different. That's the billionaires, fucking crazy billionaires.
That's ego.
That's what I'm saying.
That's ego.
That's ego. But this isn't ego. This is just the desire to churn.
Well, this is partly rights retaining as well. Like that's the only reason that War of the Rohirrim got made. It was to retain the rights. Because if they didn't make something after 10 years, like the rights revert back to the Tolkien estate and they can sell it to whoever they want. So fuck it, just get anything out there. It doesn't matter how shit it is. Well, we can help you out there. We've got War of the Rohirrim, another girl boss movie. Fucking
but
who
they
would have
always
thought
do
it?
It's I want to write my own original stories inside this one because everything's a skin suit. Nobody wants to read my dog shit script, but if I wrap it up in a Lord of the Rings skin, people will click on it because they massively over-rely on brand power.
Yeah.
Well, and referring to who's going to be taking care of this as a screenwriter from Colbert's son, right? It's the same as like, I'm a firefighter. I put out a kitchen fire of my I accidentally set my chips on fire.
Or like, I'm an astronaut because I did space tourism for like 15 minutes.
And no shade. It's
Nice
like
one, Katy Perry.
The career you're interested in, but it's just like, really, you're hiring him because he's best for the job, huh? Like,
yeah, there's nobody better. Sure.
Yeah,
I like this. Alas, that these dark days of literature should be mine, where great tales perish and the terrible linger, that I should live to see all my favorite stories go down in flames. Yep.
It's never ending, man. There's always more.
Yep.
There's always more.
That's the problem. And eventually it breaks you down. It wears you down until you just give up.
The big celebration of the Buffy reboot getting outright canceled. And I had to remind people, it's like, this is the second time that's happened, right? And there'll be another try. Just give it time. Everything gets its day.
Do you think Josh Whedon has kind of tainted that franchise? Like, they can't really touch it because of him.
I mean, it seems like he wasn't the first time around. It was because he got cancelled that the first one got cancelled. But this second time around, it seems exclusively to do with how shit that idea was.
That's never stopped them before. That's the
weird
thing.
I know. That's the crazy thing.
No, Warner is still Warner, whoever. They're still keen to go forward with the Buffy project, but this
it will happen in some format.
It will.
Yeah.
I was going to call Josh Whedon a hero if he could just ruin that franchise from ever onwards. Like, nobody could touch it. He would be a hero.
Well, he gave his blessing for Firefly, unfortunately.
Just come out and say that the brown coats were Nazis. Just do so. If he did that, he could, could taint IP like that.
I've talked to a few people, like especially at Megacon, actually, who work directly with Joss Whedon, and they were like, "Yeah, I've seen both sides of Joss Whedon. I've seen the super friendly, like chummy side, who's just like on, he just wants to get great stuff done with you, and I've seen the asshole side, right? But that's all it comes down to. It's like he's just a bit of a dick sometimes."
Sounds like a normal human being.
Yeah, that's everybody.
Isn't that I was about to say that? I mean, we've all been dickheads from time to time. It's just what people do.
I do, because as far as I understand, like that's probably the extent of the accusations against him. Like, I don't think there was anything like sexual necessarily. It was just him being an asshole towards people. He was aggressive. He was confrontational. And he could be a bit of a bully at times, which, don't get me wrong, is not great.
Some of them are funny in retrospect, like the Gal Gadot stuff, telling her she's, like the idea that she would suggest writing notes to him. Didn't he say something like, "I could end your career" or something like that? Yeah. I just like the idea of she's the one telling you how to write. That's so fucking hilarious.
I mean, it'd be worse if she was telling you how to act. I mean...
It must be like
I feel like he almost got like cancelled at the wrong time. If it had been a few years later, maybe they would have forgiven him, because it's like, well, you didn't eat babies or anything, so like it was probably all right. But like with this, it was like, yeah, you were kind of an asshole towards Gal Gadot and some of the cast of Buffy, so you're out. But it's like, I don't know.
He got caught up in the wave of because a lot of people throw his name in with like Weinstein and Spacey, and other people are just like, whoa, like that's it's like, yeah, they took him out along with the rest of them. It's like, yeah, I don't know, it's not the same thing.
But the problem is as well, like if he was to, like, say he got rehabilitated hypothetically, right, and it's like, okay, he's now in charge of doing the Buffy reboot or the Firefly comeback or whatever. Could he do it, or is it like, no, you're not the same Joss Whedon that you were back in the mid 2000s?
It's the thing. I think most people agree he probably couldn't, but at the same time, it is his. It's like his work, his baby from start to finish. So the idea you're trying to, bring it back. Like a lot of people are like, oh, they got the full cast of Firefly. It's like that really doesn't matter at all compared to the writing team. Like those guys, love them, but they're going to be saying the words on the page. So whose words are they?
Are you saying the actors aren't important, MauLer?
Some of them, in unique circumstances, can be. Like they'll know the character so well they'll stop crazy shit from happening. But like notably, a lot of the Buffy fans are realizing it's like Sarah Michelle Gellar is a crap custodian of Buffy. She has no idea what the character is supposed to be doing. She was against a lot of the great decisions that happened in the original show, and the idea that she fucking promoted and was heavily supporting of that script is like, good God, she should not be touching Buffy. I guess it's like, what do you mean? She is Buffy. Like, Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, just because you play the character doesn't mean you know how
I mean,
they should be written.
she's actively trying to tell people not to read.
Yeah, you know fucking why.
Exactly.
I love the notion.
It.
It's like, don't read the script. That's not how it would turn out if it would, and it's just like, yeah, that's how all scripts work. Not necessarily one-to-one, but we could already see where we're starting. Buffy's not even in the pilot.
Let me see this. When it comes to Star Trek and Doctor Who, they are already overwhelmingly the good stuff with the garbage. Imagine trying to blindly choose where to start in any legendary franchise. I mean, modern Hollywood doesn't seem to have a problem pilfering legendary franchises in the slightest, but yeah, it's any writer worth their salt would be very anxious and very hesitant to like delve into those universes, because it's like you are treading on hallowed ground right there.
Yeah.
And you've got generations of writers behind you in terms of what they've done. So be very careful.
The relevance of Lord of the Rings, whereas like starting in Star Wars or Star Trek or Doctor Who now is almost worse than starting from scratch because of just how much damage they've done. Lord of the Rings still kind of has that thing of new Lord of the Rings thing. Everyone's like, oh, what is it exactly? And I just don't know how much longer that's going to last with how much they're shitting all over it.
Yeah. Let me jump on here because there's some good news this week that we had. Starfleet Academy is cancelled officially after season 2. So they essentially, the only reason we've even got season 2 is because they filmed both of them back to back effectively, and they don't want to make any more. It's funny what overwhelmingly negative reviews and absolutely zero fan interest and cratering ratings will do for your ability to make more seasons of an absolutely terrible show. I mean, were you guys gutted, or did you find a way to move past it? I don't know.
My accountant was gutted. But no, I mean, can we just stop calling it Star Trek? It's not even Star Trek. None of the Kurtzman stuff resembles anything to do with Star Trek. It doesn't have the same feel, vibe, motivation behind it. This was one of the most, to say, it's been referenced as the Acolyte of Star Trek. I think this was worse than the Acolyte. This is probably one of the most embarrassing pieces of television I've ever had the misfortune to watch. And to think that there is still a second season to come when you could just write it off on your taxes and save yourself a lot of money right now, because they've got to do all the posts. They've only just finished filming in February, so they've still got all the post-production to do, which is going to cost a lot of money due to the special effects that they use. Just write it off now. Done. Nobody's going to go back and watch a season 2 of a cancelled show.
Yeah, Batgirl it. Take the tax right down, save the post-production fees, and get the fuck out of it. That's what I assumed David Ellison would do, like now that he'd bought over Paramount. It's like, okay, it takes a few months to complete the merger and do all the paperwork and stuff, but now that I'm here, okay, I want to see exactly what shit we're making. Oh, right. This is actual real shit here that you're doing with Star Trek. Let's get rid of that immediately, because that is just a complete waste of everyone's time.
Well, what does Paramount Plus have? Like, Paramount Plus needs content. Like, there's fuck all on there.
Paramount Plus has everything that Taylor Sheridan has ever thought of in his head. Like, that guy's taking a dump, and he would be like, oh, what about a show where, like, cowboys hunt dinosaurs? Yeah, cool, let's make it. They would commission it immediately. That's the thing. That is what makes Paramount. That's the selling point of Paramount Plus. Like, it's basically the Taylor Sheridan network, which is fine because he understands his audience. He understands how to appeal to them. It's that middle American audience who just want like solid dramas, a bit of action, a bit of tit, a bit of ass, and lots of guys drinking booze. Perfect. That's exactly what he gives you, right? Paramount is not that interested in Star Trek at this point because it doesn't generate any money, but it costs a fuck ton to make. A Taylor Sheridan show is like guys in bars or guys in oil fields or guys like on a cattle ranch somewhere in Montana. Easy to film. Star Trek is all special effects, spaceships, space battles, alien planets, all that stuff. Super expensive to make, and no one watches it.
Which is really ironic considering its origin. of how much cheaper Star Trek was to make once upon a time.
Yep.
There we are.
But that's what it is. Alex Kurtzman's contract is up for renegotiation now. Essentially, he expires at the end of this year. You would have to, yeah, well, his career expires. You would have to be some kind of fucking retard to rehire that guy.
But they've already done it. Like, did Discovery, you did Picard. Like, he should have been fired like fucking 20 times before. He's come back more times than Jesus. He fucking he just won't die.
He had an ongoing contract.
Star Trek Section 31, if you're going to keep him around after that, that was one of the worst fucking movies of the decade. Like, it is shocking how bad that was. But, you know, you're going to keep him around after that and let him continue with his projects like Starfleet Academy. I don't know why. It's sort of he's like the Kathleen Kennedy. He's just this parasitical force, and no matter you can't. It's baffling that he's still there. But I mean, I know she's gone now, but Jesus Christ, it took fucking time. But
he must know where the kids are.
Bizarre.
Like,
it's bizarre. Like, how the fuck is this guy still there? He's worse than useless. He's just this money sink,
black hole. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If he was just generally like sitting around and not doing much, like, fine, okay, keep him there. But he's sucking up insane amounts of money to make these shows. They're not cheap. Like, even Starfleet Academy is at least $10 million an episode.
Yeah, 6 to 10.
That's insane.
So you're talking $100 million for the first season alone. Like, season 2, okay, they're reusing sets and stuff, so it's probably cheaper, but it's still going to be 50 or 60 million at least. So you're talking $160 million. For that, you could make a pretty decent sci-fi movie. You could make several movies, in fact, if you wanted to, if you were economical with the budget.
It's gonna be money laundering. I mean, how else do you explain that money for like such little return?
Yeah.
Written by a retard. Like, there's no way this isn't someone's like ego. This has got to be like enormous amounts of like money laundering.
That's the only way I can rationalize this, because otherwise, like, what is it? Just sheer incompetence?
Like, how could billionaires be that stupid? It would be actually be terrifying to know that everyone in that company has like room temperature IQ.
Well,
like, it can't be everyone. An accountant,
it can't be everyone.
A janitor would walk past and go, but a janitor would walk past, and go, this is shit, and they never hear it. Some guy in catering goes, hey, this is dog shit what you're making, but no. Someone there has got to have at least like 90 IQ. Someone.
Well, I mean,
that's what
Kurtzman was open with saying that this is not about Star Trek. It's about using the brand to platform their own messages. Yeah. So that was out in the open, and he said that in 2021-ish, 2022, maybe. So he said it years ago during the COOF. So they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew that they weren't making Star Trek. They knew that they were trying to push whatever agenda it be, whether it be the oil, whether it be sexuality, whether it be BLM. That's all it was there to do. And nobody there has any life experience, quite clearly, because they can't write anything else other than what they themselves have lived through. They can't put anything into any kind of metaphor or analogy whatsoever. It's just so on their nose, on the head. And it's not even remotely interesting, because it's
I was going to ask, do you love it when people come to you on Twitter and stuff and say, like, but don't you know, as Star Trek was always woke, it was always political, and it was always progressive.
Yeah,
how can you criticize it now? And it's like, well, to those people, I would perhaps say maybe what was considered progressive in the 1960s and 70s is just common sense. Like viewed through today's lens.
Common sense.
Common sex.
Yeah, common sex.
It's common sex.
Common sex.
Whereas perhaps maybe what's considered progressive today is fucking insanity that no one really gets behind. And that's why none of these shows like find a footing.
Yeah, I've said that in many streams recently, that if you think somebody like Gene Roddenberry's politics would match a far leftist 2026 ideological fucking freak, then no, you'd be if Gene Roddenberry was alive today doing Star Trek, they'd be calling him alt-right. That's what they'd be most likely calling him. So it's an absolute joke that they say Star Trek was always progressive. A lot of Star Trek didn't actually have anything to do with politics. There were episodes where it would discuss both sides and kind of leave the option open to you. Sometimes they would make the moral call themselves, but a lot of the time it was just great space adventures. How do we get ourselves out of this predicament? How do we get ourselves out of that predicament? This character's going through this. How does this affect the other crew members, etc.? And that's all gone now.
Yeah. We have 100% lost that. And they wonder why people don't tune in for it anymore. Well, it's like, well, you prioritized your political point scoring over actually telling stories and weaving interesting characters. What did you think was going to happen?
Didn't they say like Star Trek Academy is trying to be like Harry Potter? But then like you've got like people in dresses kissing each other, and I don't remember seeing that in Harry Potter. That's kind of
meant to be get to season 4.
Yeah,
well,
it was meant to be Harry Potter and X-Men First Class.
Yes.
Star Wars in a daycare center for learning
for learning adults. Disability.
Yeah.
It really feels like it's written by a bunch of people like, hello, fellow kids, but like they're all like boomers and they're all trying to write for people who they have no idea how they behave or talk or act or what they're into.
And that's the thing
about millennials.
Yes. And there's nothing more cringy than a fucking aging millennial. And I should know because I am one. But that's the thing. Like Star Trek was never timely. It was timeless. That was the point of it. Yeah, okay, like the shooting style, the cinematography might reflect the technology of the time, but it was always timeless. It dealt with timeless ideas, universal themes of morality, of jurisdiction, of honor, and like what it means even to be like to be human, for example. These are all things that would work in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, doesn't matter. Now it's just, hey, we're just reflecting current ideas and current angst back at you.
Why are you not entertained? They're not really reflecting current ideas. The Starfleet Academy, the ideas that it's pushing and the agenda that it's pushing, I mean, it's a good 5, 6, 7 years out of date. It reminds me a little bit. It's an interesting cultural moment we're in because Starfleet Academy was cancelled and The Bride flopped horrendously. And The Bride is very sort of 2020, 2019. It reminds me of a movie called Women Talking. Women Talking is this like vile misandrist movie, which suggests that like 13-year-old boys are just like natural rapists and there's nothing you can do about that and they endanger all the women around them. It's that vile. That's what the movie's about. And that was 2021. It actually beat Top Gun Maverick for Best Original Screenplay at the Oscars.
It did.
Why would you watch that film with that blatant of a warning label?
Like The Bride reminds me of that. It's that kind of 5 years ago sort of vicious Hollywood feminism. And Starfleet Academy, it has that vibe to it. It's very, very, it's not as like vile as Women Talking, but it's very dated. It's not as vile as The Bride either, but it's very dated and it's not really tuned into modern culture. Like something like Project Hail Mary is tuned into what people want now, and it's more tuned into the modern culture where people want a bit of optimism and they're sick of all the nihilistic dog shit. And Starfleet Academy, there's nothing modern about it. It's fucking
it's feminist shite. It's anti-male, it's anti-white, it's anti-heterosexuality, it's anti-family. And there's so many things that it's totally against. Every male is held down to prop up terrible females making horrendous decisions. And we've somehow got to
and it's body positive, let's not forget that.
Of course it's because it's women.
So positive.
Slobs.
You didn't see any obese men. I could have been in there.
Exactly. Like I did see a guy with an 8-pack with his shirt off because you got to have the shirtless scene. But meanwhile, the women get to weigh 2 fucking tons and tell the men to do 50 push-ups, and it's like, love, come on now. You shouldn't be telling anyone to do like that's. And body positivity's dead. It was dead 2 fucking years ago. That's how outdated this piece of shit is.
But all the people that pushed it are now losing weight. That's why.
Well, or they're dead.
Oh, they're dead.
Or they're dead.
Like,
that's the other one. Or they've died.
Like, but what's Ozempic?
TikTok influencers that just fucking drop with heart attacks. Like, your body can't sustain that level of weight for a decade. You're gonna die.
Yeah, once Ozempic did the rounds, and it's like, oh, I can just take a pill to lose weight. Like, well, suddenly body positivity just died a death because now I don't have to put in any work whatsoever to lose weight. It's easy.
Well, it's
Yeah,
worse than
funny how
that
that works.
because the whole point of Ozempic was that it was meant for like people with diabetes, and all the Hollywood people was, let's get rid of these people who need medicine and take it for ourselves for a vanity
They drove
project.
they drove up the cost of this medicine that was meant to, like Reaper said, it was meant for people with diabetes, and a lot of people now have to pay massive sums of money or, rely on their insurers because of all these fucking Hollywood freaks that want to look like ghouls. And that's the thing. It's better to be on Ozempic than to be obese because the consequences of being obese are far worse. But fuck me, Ozempic makes them look like ghouls. Like, that has a whole set of new problems.
It's people who shouldn't be on it because they're not big enough to be on it taking it. So it's doing the wrong thing for the body. It's meant to be for big people to start shrinking down.
Well,
it's not meant to be.
I think as well, like beyond a certain age as well, like when you lose that amount of weight, you just always look like you're dying. Like your cheeks get really sunken in and shit. It's like your body can't quite like readjust to it, and you just look horrible.
The amount of actresses that'll turn up after being missing for a couple of months and their cheeks will just be gone. You're like, no, they got another one.
Yeah,
I think that's surgery. I think they get that in surgery because that happened to that girl in The Boys where she looked like she'd been to Africa for like 2. Yeah, but it's like no, she hadn't eaten a sandwich in like 4 years.
Well, look at Kelly Osbourne. Kelly Osbourne.
Oh my god,
it's the Walking Dead.
She's like the fucking corpse bride.
Yeah.
What's her name as well? Like the girl that was in the Beetlejuice sequel.
Oh, General Ortega?
Yeah. Ortega, yeah.
And she got that like buccal fat removal shit going on, so she looks like a fucking
horrendous.
skull.
She went from like
she was a beautiful girl before that, and then she did that to herself. Like, why? Did her stylist just hate her?
It was like she went from a 9 to a 5. It was horrendous.
What a way to make a living.
She even shaved her fucking eyebrows off or something for that
dyed them. A new fad came in where you dyed your eyebrows blonde when you were dark haired. It looked fucking retarded.
Well, loads of girls do that.
I swear to God, it's like a war on attractiveness.
But it is because it's about averting the male gaze. They've been ranting about this for years.
Well, mission accomplished then.
Yeah.
But like a lot of women do that when they're aging. When women get older, they go, I'm not losing my beauty. I'm going to get rid of it, like a fake act of like self-control. So they shave their heads and do stupid things like that because they don't want to admit they're getting old and they're going past their prime.
Is that like, you can't fire me, I quit?
I quit.
It's the literally.
But yeah, like, to go back to the point you guys were just making a couple of minutes ago, like the things that have really succeeded over the past couple of months, what have they been? It's like Night of the Seven Kingdoms, a story of like traditional masculine heroism that we've been fucking starved of over the past several years. One Piece, a bright, optimistic, fun adventure story where like you've got a group of people who are supportive of each other, they're good friends. Nobody is like shit on in order to elevate anyone else. It's just like a fun adventure story. And then what? Project Hail Mary, again, a story of adventure, a male lead who like ultimately is just like forging a friendship across cultural, language, species boundaries. A pretty universal story. Like those are the things, man, that people are gravitating towards. Those are the things that are making bank in current day. And like, man, isn't it crazy, Hollywood? If you just made more stuff like that, if you told more universal stories like that everyone can get behind, guess what? You'll make a fuck ton of money.
The difference is that, like as Despot said, it's like everyone feels dated. But the culture war was an actual like fucking government project. Like these people got funding and they got grants and they got all this extra money, not from the customer. They got it from elsewhere, so they could do the stupid vanity projects. So that's the thing. The money's dried up. Now they have to go back to the consumer, and the consumer doesn't want to watch dog shit. So it's like rediscovering fire. Oh, these fucking shows that we used to make, people seem to like them. Let's go back to that.
Yeah. It's wild, man. But like, well, the consumer speaks, and like it's up to you whether you're going to listen to them or not. Let me see this one here because I did like this. Given recent events, I'm interested in seeing Alan Ritchson in an action movie where he fights an evil homeowner association. I do have something here that might help with that, actually. Let's see. Someone's produced a trailer based on Alan Ritchson's week that he's had.
In a quiet neighborhood, one man saw a motorcycle and still chose chaos.
Look at the fucking motorcycle pricks.
One terrible decision, which should have been an apology, became a neighborhood event.
What are you gonna do? You've been driving around my neighborhood like a fucking lunatic! Hit me, you piece of shit!
Gladly. This summer, don't be a little bit.
I never did like that neighbor.
They had to put John Cena in there. Yeah, I was going to say, like, Alan Ritchson's had quite the week. It went from him being the villain of everyone's story to, I don't know, kind of the hero once the full story came out. Because we all saw that initial footage that came out of him beating the shit out of his neighbor. Like, Alan Ritchson, a big hulking guy, beating up, like, what seemed like a middle-aged, just random dude. And everyone was kind of quick to jump on the bandwagon of like, Alan's fucking roided up Hollywood asshole. Look at him go there. And
Two
then
things
you actually,
can be right at the same time.
possibly. But then you see the body cam footage and it's like, no, this guy fucking stood in front of him and like threw him right over the front of his bike. And kept coming at him to the point where he had no choice but to defend himself. And wow, I guess thank goodness in his case for body cam footage, because that certainly cleared things up. I don't know. It seemed like an interesting little insight into that kind of world.
And
like,
the guy admitted that he pushed him twice before he even touched him.
Yeah.
And then Alan put out on his Instagram yesterday, he put out just never interrupt your enemy while they're making a mistake.
I mean, I hate to say it, he was 100% justified in beating the shit out of that guy. That guy was a dick.
Could have done a lot more.
He endangered his life. He got in his way. He caused him to fly over the handlebars of his bike and fall off it. And kept coming at him when he tried to de-escalate the situation. So
what exactly is the homeowners association? Because all I ever see is dickheads, like people just going, you can't do this and you can't do that. Like, what exactly is it?
It's the kind of they set the rules for the neighborhood that you live in, because it's normally like a.
Do they have any actual power, or is it just a bunch of Karens?
It's a bunch of Karens.
That is the home. Yeah, that's the home.
It's different in like if you're in a block of flats or a block of apartments in America, right? There might be like things you have to agree when you sign your tenancy agreement.
Yeah.
Right. And so it might be that, like, you know, you have to adhere to whatever the homeowners association agrees to or whatever like that. So you're maybe legally bound in that sense. But like if it's just detached properties in suburbia, it's just a bunch of Karens. That's all it is.
Telling you when to trim your bushes.
Pretty much, yeah. There's probably like some like initial underpinnings for it. Like it's got common sense where it's just like, hey, making sure no one builds a fucking castle that overshadows everyone else's house or some stupid shit like that. But yeah, for the most part, it's just people drunk on power and just being petty assholes. And I think this guy was just annoyed that Alan Ritchson had been driving through the neighborhood on his bike.
Wasn't he with his kids?
Fast. Yes.
Yeah. So like he's having fun with his children on the road, and the guy's like, "I'm gonna put a stop to this."
And they're just having to be somebody to take it from the window.
I know, like Hollywood actors, like you might think, yeah, you're big, but you're kind of a pussy in real life. But I don't know. If I had to pick someone to square up to, it probably wouldn't be Alan Ritchson, who's like 7 feet tall and weighs about 300 pounds. Like, fuck, man.
And is probably roided up to the eyebrow as well. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, he is a big guy.
He's a big guy, yeah.
Kudos to him for the body cam footage, because he's been in positions with producers trying to get intimate favors from him, and that really messed him up for a while. And paranoia is a skill when you're that famous.
Well, it's in like that happened to Brendan Fraser, didn't it? Like someone tried to touch his cock or something, some producer, and then he ends up getting blacklisted from Hollywood for a while.
No, they shoved their finger right up his asshole. From what he said, I'm kid you not, right? He described it. He described it in detail, and it's like, no, it wasn't just grabbing my ass cheek. It was like the finger was right in there.
Man, he must have stuck it like knuckle deep.
Terry Crews got felt up.
He used the force, and so Brendan Fraser was like, "No, get fucked." And so that guy just put a hit out of him essentially, and said like, "Don't hire this guy for anything." I mean, that combined with his fucking injuries that he'd taken when he was doing like the Mummy and all that shit, I think it just killed his career for a good decade or more.
Yeah,
sad story.
Man, how did he get the whole finger in? Like, was he just waiting for Brendan? Like, hey, Brendan, I've dropped a coin. Can you pick it up? And he just goes wham straight in like that, or
I don't care to contemplate the mechanics of it, but
feel free to ask him.
He must have like a sharp fingernail to get through the pants. I mean, it happens. We got to figure out how.
We don't. No, we don't at all. Actually,
we've got next time we get Brendan on VIP Lounge, I'm going to ask him about that. That's going to be my leading question.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll love that.
Well, yeah, because you go, if you had no pants on, I go, why didn't you have any pants on? The story would carry on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, could you slide your hand down? Like,
I mean, you got to be quick because you've got to you got to stip it down, get past the shirt, and then finger him like a bowling ball in like 2 seconds. He couldn't do it.
Reaper, how do you know? Like, you seem to know the intricacies of this movie very well.
I'm very excited about this, actually.
Because it's an interesting story. Someone got
How the fuck did we even get onto this anyway? We're talking about Alan Richardson, then we're talking about Brendan Fraser getting fingered.
You see what we said before, it's like a lot of men have to be extra careful. Like Henry Cavill, what did he say with Millie Bobby Brown in Enola Holmes? Like, I won't tell you anything about my private life.
Yeah.
Because
don't ask about my private life.
And everyone's going, what a creep. He's like, no, he's fucking smart. They would have come for Henry. Remember Keanu Reeves?
I love that. It's like a creep who's like just wants to like maintain a professional distance. It's like, oh, how weird. It's like, well, what would you rather he did? Like, hey, tell me everything about your private life, and like we'll hang out together.
Well, a lot of people think they're entitled to know everything about your private life. They don't need. They're not entitled to know shit.
Yeah. It's not just that. It's girls don't want consequences for their actions. Then Keanu Reeves and the hover hands, and they're going, why is he doing hover hands? Well, obviously he doesn't want to get Me Too'd, but they don't think of that. They don't think, oh, us Me Too'ing everyone has put men on their guard. You should just always be comfortable around me.
For women to accept that is to accept that their actions have consequences, and women's actions never have consequences.
Exactly.
Didn't you make a video about that where it's like Nixon talking about it? It's like when a woman does it, that means it's not illegal.
That's right. Yeah. That's essentially Hollywood's rationale for any female action. As long as a woman does it, it's not illegal. But if a man does it, obviously it's. I mean, look at what happened recently with The Bachelorette. Now, I didn't even know The Bachelorette was a thing. All right, but I saw this video where the star of The Bachelorette, she's like a 31-year-old mother, single mother, and she's like a 6 out of 10 maybe. Like, I honestly wouldn't, man. I'm not even kidding. Anyway, so she grabs a fucking metal chair and starts throwing it at her boyfriend, and he gets it all on footage. I'm like, why isn't that bitch in jail? Do you know what I mean?
Hits her daughter in the face with it.
She hits a kid, yeah.
What the fuck? Imagine if a guy did that, right? Or even fucking, what's her name? That bitch that tried to do Johnny Depp, tried to get him done for...
Amber Heard.
Yeah, you know, she's on camera saying, I was fucking hitting you. And it's like, she's just admitted to assaulting the guy. But yeah, the double standard, we all know it exists, but it is really sickening when you see it. Like with the guy getting attacked with a metal chair by this crazy bitch, and she just fucking walks.
I'm confused, right? Because I'm told that women are simultaneously like strong, empowered girl bosses who are like as good as me at everything. In fact, they're stronger than me and better than me at everything. But they're also simultaneously helpless and oppressed victims of the patriarchy who need to be protected at all costs. And so I'm a bit confused. Like, which one is it?
It's whatever it needs to be at that moment in time, Drinker. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Remember,
whatever it needs to be, the goalposts will constantly change.
Schrodinger's feminist.
Was it Rebel? Who was it? Rebel Wilson. It got leaked that she was trying to Me Too someone. Like
her management team were trying to put together a.
It was against a female producer as well. Weirdly,
was it female producer?
Apparently, it was. Yeah, they were going to like start up rumors about her that she was like a sex trafficker or something. I mean, wild. It really is, but it does make you question a lot of like what comes out.
Well, it's all fake. Like, sorry, go on.
Go ahead, Reaper.
I was just saying, it's all fake. It's all bollocks. They all know what they're doing. Like, actual victims don't get any justice. Like, Me Too started because J.J. Abrams' wife was trying to get rid of the guy at Warner Brothers. Then, when they replaced him with a female lead, he got $500 million contract, like $500 million. That was back pay.
Jesus.
That's the thing. Like, and then people go, well, why hasn't he done anything since? Because nobody trusts him. Because it's not about ruining Star Wars. Rian Johnson keeps getting shit movies. What J.J. Abrams did is he attacked people in the industry, which is why he's kind of like blacklisted. He got his payday, but now his career's ruined.
Yeah, that's true.
No more white comfort.
To kind of tie this back to Alan Ritchson, he had a situation with a female producer that was like, you're basically going to come up to my hotel room and do what I want, or I'm going to spread allegations about you, and before you can do anything to disprove the claims, your career will be over. And they were like calling his phone and trying to accuse him of things to see if they could like trick him into copying to some kind of evidence, like recording calls.
He's dying.
Oh God, your microphone is like browning out on us here, man.
Sorry about that.
We are the Borg. You will be assimilated.
So all that to say,
it's worse than ever.
Captain, we're losing the message.
You.
Turn on and off.
It does sound like a pretty rough situation for Alan there. Yeah, I
could have been anything.
Now...
He could have said anything else. You just went, yeah, Alan, maybe. He could have just went on a different tangent.
I can understand why he would wear a body cam now wherever he goes, because I don't know, man. Like, it was kind of wild actually that he was wearing one for this incident. Like, if I was just riding a bike, out for a bit of a spin and then back to my house to dump it in the garage, I wouldn't have a body cam on my chest. Like, I would never think to do that because it's like, what are you going to need it for? But he knew.
Good thing he did.
He fucking knew.
Yeah.
Just before we go on here, as
Yes.
my friend, my brother in England, I won't hold that against you too much, but I know you're a little bit pressed for time this evening.
Yeah.
So do you have to drop out and leave us?
Yeah, if that's okay.
No, it's not okay.
Okay, long now. Okay, cheers, everyone. Have fun. Starfleet Academy shite. Bye.
Yeah.
All right, us.
Thanks, Az.
Bye.
All right, sweet. Should we answer a few super chats before we finish up for the evening? How does that sound?
Good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a sexy way to finish the night. All right. Otam says, you know what really grinds my gears? According to Rotten Tomatoes, Starfleet Academy is as good as Ben-Hur. 22 points better than The Last Samurai and 34 points better than Troy. What a joke. That's the professional reviewers, though. You don't want to listen to them. Fucking assholes. He also says, there was a time when I would have been excited to hear Colbert was writing a Lord of the Rings movie, but that was before TDS broke his brain. Yeah, he's got it bad. Him and Mark Hamill should have a talk someday. John Gets Gaming says, can a repressed professor overcome the Grand Wizard Trumpeldor? Find out as soon as he gets back to his family from the store trip. Any day now. Ooh. It's so real, it's almost painful. Mikey Gusler says, besides the Snape casting, everything else about the Harry Potter series trailer was awful. The lighting, cinematography was ugly, and the designs are worse than the films. Hermione and McGonagall are bad casting. This show is DOA. I agree with all of those things up until you said the show is DOA. I think it's going to be a massive hit. I probably
maybe
just
means DOA creatively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to tune in to watch them.
It's already prepaid. Like, they've got these seasons already done, so it doesn't matter if nobody watched them. They're coming out regardless.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, yeah, what can you do? Awesome says, why have they used the same camera tone as the show Adolescence? They can't even achieve the bare minimum of making a magical and fun world. Just shows the lack of creativity and fun that they put into this. I would kind of agree. It's like what we said earlier. Like, the tone is very serious, very somber, very subdued. Kind of not what you're looking for, really.
Well, they can't match the original. It'll just be, the original's going to do this, we're going to do the opposite.
Yeah. Hikira, seriously, can we get Ryan Gosling as Black Panther? It was a joke before, but I think we've earned it now. The new Harry Potter audiobooks are amazing, by the way. Is there new ones?
You do, yeah, there are. They released just before the show's coming out, right? I think Gary's been talking about them, but it would be really funny to do Ryan Gosling as Black Panther. Make it Tropic Thunder 2.
I think it would just be a test of the whole empathy, diversity, and inclusion thing.
Well,
it's like, how do you like it when it's fucking turned on you, you pricks? Oh, yeah, it's not so fun now, is it?
I'm not sure how you feel about it, but like, I kind of prefer Ryan Gosling in comedic roles than dramatic ones. I thought he was really fun in Project Hail Mary, and then he's really great in The Nice Guys and a couple of other things like
The Nice Guys, yeah.
Just messing around a bit. So if you did like Tropic Thunder 2 and they had it in universe, you just change the names. Like, instead of Wakanda, it's whatever, and and he's like the the king of the Panthers, and it's like this absurd thing, but in universe it gets accepted because their universe is like flipped or something. But like all,
yeah, I say go with it. I still when
really
I think of
funny.
The Nice Guys, I still think of the bit where they throw that corpse over the wall and it lands right in the middle of
it's funny.
family's
There's lots of
barbecue.
references to that. Don't let Shane Black touch anything but his own stuff, and he makes some good shit. But can you imagine so many jokes would be so great? They're like, okay, Ryan, we're gonna need you to bang your chest and make some noises here. And he's just like, I don't know about that.
If you want to sound like a gorilla, we won't stop you.
Yeah, just recreate all the scenes from Black Panther, but with him, and he's just awkwardly like, I don't know, I don't think.
Hasn't there been a thing on Twitter of like guys like reposting women's tweets, but like from a man's perspective? It's like, I went on this date with a girl, but she didn't like offer to pay for the entire meal, and she didn't even recomp me for like the makeup and shit that I put on. And it's just like, I don't know. It shines an interesting light on the stupidity of all this shit.
I do wonder how much of that is like fermented on purpose, the sort of like sex wars and the sort of race war, but in the form of Twitter to go back and forth shitting on each other, because it's all good for engagement and
although
money.
In fairness, it's the numbers don't lie. The number of young men who aren't having sex or haven't had sex in the past year, or the number of men who are virgins between the age of 18 and 25, like, it's higher than ever. The numbers are absolutely horrendous. And that's before you get into things like the political divergence between young men and young women. Like, young women just went nuts, went very far left, whereas young men are, tending towards based. And it's very bad in South Korea. Like, women and men, the political divide is insane for young men and women.
Oh, I saw that graph, yeah.
The numbers are there. The numbers there to back up. It's not just rage baiting on Twitter. Like, the sex wars are a real thing. And it's a real fucking problem because, we need young people to fuck and make the next generation. Like, it's
there's
disastrous.
definitely like fights that happen on that front. I just mean that the accounts like pushing it a lot of the time don't give a fuck. They're just
no, you're right. Like, there's definitely the opportunists and the grifters, but that's also true. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. You could be talking about fucking film criticism.
Yeah.
Every single part of the internet has a grifter class. I mean, there's YouTube channels that exist responding to critical drinkers videos, like it's like these little parasite channels.
Yeah.
Every niche is going to be filled by some sort of parasite or grifter everywhere.
A on that front, because I just saw this and I was waiting for a time to actually bring this up. So I saw this post that said, podcaster Matt Jarbo explains why he's boycotting Project Hail Mary. Sorry, Phil Lord and Chris Miller. I cannot, in good conscience, support Project Hail Mary after Andy Weir went on a stream with noted chud critical drinker. For years, this man has tried to destroy everything you guys stand for. To give him a pass like that is a bridge too far.
That is amazing. They will be.
We should have done a segment on that.
That Matt
That would have been a
Jarbo
great
isn't supporting them.
The best thing is one of the replies says, "Who's Matt Jarbo?"
What a fucking fanny. Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm sure the film will fail now. It's been
I know,
boycotted
Jesus
by
Christ. Ryan Gosling, if you're listening, get on the fucking phone to Matt Jarbo or whatever his name is.
Get back in
Get
the
him to
theater, oh my
cancel the
God.
boycott. Otherwise, Project Hail Mary's fucked, man.
Andy Weir, he needs to issue a public apology for doing a stream with me.
My
I'm
God.
sure he bitterly regrets it now. Northern English Bastard says, we was wizards and shits. Well, yeah, apparently. The right tackle says, Drinker, how'd you like the Horus Rising? Dreamcasting Cavill as Loken, Kyle Urban as Torquedon, and Matt Smith as Abaddon, and Chris Hemsworth as Horus. Nah. Right, I see where you're going with this casting. Chris Hemsworth, I just don't think is... How do I put it? Like, Horus is almost like so like charismatic and so overpowering. I don't think any human could even play him. I think he might have to be like CGI. He might have to be like Thanos, because he's a Primarch, and so those guys are fucking like 9 feet tall, like by default. Yeah, I don't think any human actor could even play him. I think he would have to be CGI'd. But yeah, I've enjoyed. I've finished Horus Rising. I've done whatever the second book in that trilogy is, and I'm about to start Galaxy in Flames. So yeah, they've been good so far. Like the Horus heresy is just a fascinating bit of lore. Like, it's incredibly well developed within the Black Library, and I've just really loved like delving into that shit. Loken is a really good like protagonist though. Like, I love how they've struck a good balance with him, with like between the Astartes, I am born to fucking destroy everything that stands in my path, and the human aspect of like, you know, maybe there's times when we need to hold back a little bit, and he starts to question things a little bit. So yeah, I think they've done a great fucking job with that stuff, and I can't believe it's taken me so long to get into it. Faber Soul says, hot take, outside of Civil War and the Avengers films, Tom Spider-Man isn't that good. Toby was the best Peter Parker, and Andrew was the best Spider-Man.
Did anyone see the Rich Evans like rant against Raimi's Peter Parker? It was on. It was one of the new. It got shared around on Twitter. It was quite funny because it was a lot of it was comic book adaptation stuff. So I was just sort of listening, like, okay, yeah, but he fucking went in on how bad he thought Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker was. It was
why?
It was interesting. Well, I can't speak to it too much because a lot of it, like I said, is from like source material stuff. But he just talks about how it's just not gotten Peter Parker right at all. Which I asked Gary what he thought about it, because see, I just haven't read enough Spider-Man to be able to comment.
I mean, I love when Red Letter Media try to like weigh in on current things that are happening, and like they just sound like old men yelling at clouds.
That was about the Raimi trilogy. And Rich Evans is like hyper into Spider-Man comics.
Yeah, I know, but like it's kind of in the current zeitgeist, really, isn't it? Because we've got a new Spider-Man movie coming out,
yeah.
so like I guess it's a thing to discuss. Oh,
but
Despot.
I guess
Have we lost you? Oh, right, we've got two Despots here. Let me see. All right, is he there? Oh, can you guys see him?
No,
he's spinning.
Oh,
Despot.
No, there he goes.
Despot. No. There we go. Let's try him. Can you hear us now?
Internet. Yeah,
there
I think
we
my internet.
All right, cool. Yeah, we were just talking about Rich Evans ranting about Spider-Man.
Yes,
no, I haven't.
having Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, like it's funny how they've all got these different. It's like you pull up and pull down different stats on their abilities as Spider-Man and Peter Parker, I guess, and their respective movies.
Yeah.
Did you
Pac-Man
agree
said-
with Chris? Sorry.
I can't necessarily because I haven't really read any of the comics.
Do you
to the
think it
point
was
where
fair, or like it wasn't just like
It was-
you know?
It was interesting. Like I'd recommend everyone check it out, just in the sense of like I'd never heard that perspective before, and he was fucking passionate about it. It's something he'd held on since he'd seen the film. He's just he believed like they got Peter Parker completely wrong, like played a lot more meekly and sort of clunkily by Tobey Maguire compared to what he said. Like Peter is much more. Like again, I'm going to paraphrase this badly because I can't remember all of it, but he was going through lots of different things. He like hates the relationship between him and MJ in those movies.
Everyone
Considers
hates
they're,
MJ.
Well, yeah,
She's
she's a fucking bitch.
the vampire.
She's like a fucking 5, like punching above her weight.
She's a whore.
Pac-Man says, Dumbledore, after all this time, Snape, always. Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. Starman says, who would you rather fish slap, Kimmel or Fallon? Kimmel.
Kimmel.
Yeah, Kimmel's a dick. Fallon, I'm all right with.
Fallon's
I don't
lame.
love him, but
It's not-
yeah. Tech Sabis says, this Snape's Potions classroom will include an occasional beeping sound. Can't wait to not watch the show along with any new Lord of the Rings movie. Cheers. What, bro? Nemo Ethel says, couldn't help but notice Stuckman still hasn't reviewed Iron Lung. Must have forgot about it, huh? Yeah, I'm sure that's the reason.
It's too long now, so I guess he thinks it's a bad movie and he won't support it. So damn, Chris. All right, tell us how you really.
I really hang on Chris Stuckman's opinions and things. But,
Hey, that's what he told us the rules were. Okay, if he doesn't cover it, it's because he couldn't say anything positive about it.
Autism says Snape is going to smoke gillyweed rather than brew potions with it. Watch how it should have ended for Deathly Hallows. Snape shoots Voldemort. They predicted this. I want to see that. Patient Elijah says, hey, Drinker, have you seen any of the One Piece anime? And if so, where are you at so far? No, I'm only on the live action Netflix stuff. Sorry. I don't have time to watch 5,000 episodes of the anime, I'm afraid, because that shit has been going for a long time.
Hey, it's only 1,000. It's only 1,000.
Calm down.
Yeah. Just like, God's sake, Drinker, you just have to lock yourself away in a fucking bunker for a month.
Oh,
like,
more than that.
Yeah. All right, we did that one actually. Reno the Turk says, it's been glorious watching MauLer play Resident Evil 1. Can't wait for not only Resident Evil Remake, RE2, Nemesis, and Veronica, but how it will influence his rankings.
You understand? 7, 8, and 9 stand no chance of making it into these rankings. Like it was after like 10 minutes of the original Resident Evil, I was like, yeah, this is already so much better. Just as a, I can't like for me, it's
this warms my heart so much. I just love it.
Well, it's something I'd love to talk to you about, like the identity of that franchise. Because for me, you said like RE4 jumps the franchise in a completely different direction, but for me, RE7 jumped it in a way different and way worse direction indefinitely. Yeah. I love the amount of like everything is my fault, if you will, in Resident Evil's survival. Everything in the fucking 7, 8, 9, everything's on fucking rails. Everything's scripted. It's all cutscenes like yelling at me. And it's like, you got to do it the exact way we told you to do it. Otherwise, we'll reset you in the cutscene to do it again. It's just like, boring. Versus like, I can go to any room. I can kill anything in the way that I want, spend my resources in the way that I want. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I told you this as well. Like, there's multiple endings for Resident Evil, like the first one. So you could replay that like I think 6 different ways, and get 6 different endings.
I was trying to cause the Jill Sandwich cutscene, and I'd accidentally, I guess, done it in the wrong order. So I saw Barry upstairs, I think, before I went down.
Yeah.
Which means he didn't show up, and I just got killed. And I was like, oh.
The way to do that, like, listen to what he tells you when he says we should start from the first floor and like go along the first floor. Like, don't go upstairs first. And if you do what he tells you, then he'll be on hand to help you.
I wanted the bazooka, dude. Like, I wanted to go straight to that room where you get the ammo, and then I was like, holy fuck, they give me a bazooka.
Yeah. But that's interesting. And there's Well, we'll talk about this some other time, but
Some
like,
other
there's
time, eh?
many different ways you can play that game, and like they result in radically different endings, and I love that. I just wish more Resident Evil games were like that, because that gradually gets phased out as you go. Yeah, I like how you said Stockman would be directing funeral homes. Nah, the first one he'll bankrupt and then hold a gun to his temple when a funeral home called Iron Lung Homes makes quadrillions. I mean, it's hard to ignore the fact that he's like not talked about that movie at all, like, because it was quite a big deal for a while. You know,
I think that's weird, and the assumption, right? You don't want to just automatically assume the worst of he's so jealous that he doesn't want it, but it's like, what else is there? Why wouldn't you have? It matches everything he espouses he's invested in.
Yeah. Hail Drinker, MauLer, and Panel. Millie Snapelli and a Dumblestein locked. Interesting. Loved the Andy Weir interview. Colbert's Lord of the Rings. What the fuck? You said it right. And yeah, we were pretty much like, what the fuck as well. Yeah, Drinker interviews Andy Weir, and MauLer talks personally with Internet Historian. You guys know some cool people. We do. We're lucky. Unrelated question. How many hit points does Colbert have if I score a critical? I feel like he's quite powerful. It would take quite a few to take him down. So, yeah. When were you talking with the Internet Historian, by the way?
That was a highlight that went out on the highlight channel. It's been a while since I've spoken to him, but we did. Yeah. We did. I think it was about Last of Us 2, so that gives you an idea of how long ago it was.
Neat. Did you watch the... No, it's not the Panama Canal one. It's like the one where the ship gets stuck in the Suez Canal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the way he breaks down those fucking stories is hilarious, because he always tries to find a way to randomly embellish or to create like really dramatic versions. But easily recommend all those moments in history being told by his historian.
Yeah. Well, they are superb. The Costa Concordia one as well was fucking brilliant. Yeah. MauLer, we're days away from Grace Randolph's Super Mario movie review.
Oh my god.
What is she going to give it?
I don't know, but her Super Mario, the first one, her review was hilarious. She said that they put in the cat to appeal to Asian furries. There's no one quite like her. I stand by that.
What a fucking idiot.
her because like up until recently I just saw her as like a harmless retard, but like when she was doing the coverage of like the BAFTAs and like the Tourette stuff, like, oh, you're actually a fucking horrible person cloaked in this disguise of like benign retardation, and it's like, oh man, now I just kind of dislike you. I was pretty ambivalent towards you before that.
She was an amusing clown, but now she's like an asshole. It's just different.
It's like a freak show, yeah.
She's an evil clown now. Yeah. The Sorting Hat says, I'm Slytherin, only house the N-word in. I feel like Slytherin wouldn't be very accepting towards them, actually. Yeah, Lord of the Rings, more like Board of the Rings. Yeah, that's where we're at now. Hail Drinker, Megacon was dope. If there was a DrinkerCon, which drink would attendees be required to have? P.S. When are you going to come and do one, MauLer?
Eventually, not 100% sure, but also you wouldn't do that, right? Force people to drink to be a DrinkerCon?
Yes, I would.
There may be legal issues.
Small children and stuff is like, fucking take the drink.
Do it.
I think it would have to be bourbon. You get a mixer of your choice, but you have to start off with bourbon in order to get entry. That'll prove if you're worthy. Yeah. Have you guys seen that absolutely racist video that Gary posted? But I'm guessing you guys are okay with it because he's black and the character was race swapped, so it makes it okay. What a joke. Hey, Gary's free to post whatever he wants, and as far as I know, that was Perry Chan that posted that one, so hey, nothing to say there. If everyone on the panel played Warhammer tabletop, who would you play as, assuming you can afford the miniatures and not spend any money on the booze? So yeah, Warhammer, I would probably choose the Adeptus Custodes because they're pretty much unstoppable in terms of like 1-to-1. They are the most powerful faction that exists.
Is there a
retard the Skaven? Is that right? Am I doing it right?
Nah, the Skaven only exist in Warhammer, not 40k.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah. Despot.
Isn't there a faction of retards? Like the actual, what are they called?
Faction of retards.
Yeah, like isn't like
My people.
Yeah, I'm sure there is one. Like they have the retardation is their superpower.
Oh, I think you're right. There's like Ogrins, like so they are like Imperial Guardsmen, but like they're massively powerful but retarded. So
Them, I want them. I'm playing as them.
I want them.
Yeah, go with them.
I want it.
Righting wrongs, what would you go for?
Are you still here, writing wrongs?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway,
just don't want to have the audio mess with you guys.
Oh, it's okay.
No, it's fine. We can hear you okay now. So, if you had to pick a faction from Warhammer 40,000, if you know anything about it, who would you pick?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like an elevator music as well.
The anticipation.
We're waiting for your call. Please, hang on.
Okay,
He's thinking. He's thinking. Don't rush the man. Don't rush the man.
We'll move on. Anyway, been rewatching Hunger Games and found that Katniss very likable, and maybe the audience isn't sexist, just like good characters. Did you all like those movies?
No, they're
I
shite.
tried. I don't give a fuck about them.
It was just
really.
crazy
Honestly,
seeing
man,
a woman being in an action role for the first time in history.
Can you believe it? She was the
that
first
was
action
cool.
star.
Changed the world.
Like she was the first actress, man. She was the first woman.
She was the first human.
Everyone in the cinema was just like, "What the fuck?" Most people left; they just couldn't take it, but I stayed.
Thank you.
Those movies, like, do you know what it is? See, when you stop to think about the world build of Hunger Games for 5 seconds, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like the notion that like you're powerful enough as a civilization to maintain the capital and the vast wealth of the capital, and yet the regions that you exploit for your wealth are so tiny that you can assemble all of the potential tributes in a single square. Like that alone, the economics of that world are completely broken. And that's before you get into the politics of it. If you have a system that relies on that level of tyranny, there is no way you would have a stable political structure with a guy at the top for that long. It would be very, very cloak and dagger. It'd be like Rome in the Roman Empire in the 3rd century. The last guy gets killed by his secretary, and then he gets killed by some usurper. Like,
yeah,
it's a dreadful world build. It's just fucking awful.
What's Battle Royale?
That's Last man standing.
I didn't even
good,
get into the plot itself and the Battle Royale issues. And then the psychology of it is very poor. Like, it doesn't really examine the psychology of these young people who are put into a situation where they're forced to kill each other. It just sort of is taken for granted. Whereas, mentioning Battle Royale, that is what Battle Royale is about. And, I've even read the book of Battle Royale, and it really examines like this. That's the whole purpose of that story, to examine the psychology of basically, children put in that situation. And it's amazing. Like, if you haven't read the Battle Royale book, I can strongly recommend it. It's fucking great.
I mean, I've seen the movie, and like that, even that goes down like very divergent paths. Like, some people just choose to end their lives rather than take part in these games because it's like so horrific to contemplate having to kill their fellow contestants that they would just rather end it. It's like, that's kind of interesting thing to play with.
Who would you be? Would you be a guy that hides, or would you go out like with erection trying to kill people, or would you kind of like?
I mean, like, because they all get different like weapons and stuff allocated to them, and if I was the guy who got the Uzi, I'd be like, yeah, fucking bring it on.
You're just like you've got 4 women and they're going, please, and you just go no and just gun them down.
Yeah,
that's
like,
the other
one guy
thing.
gets like a fucking frying pan or some shit, and it's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
The other thing that Battle Royale leans into is it explores the sexual aspect of it, because if you've got, and I didn't feel like horny young men and beautiful like teenage girls, there is a sexual dynamic there, and Hunger Games just ignores that completely, whereas Battle Royale does examine it and examines it, honestly. In Battle Royale, there's one guy who won't shoot a girl because she's hot and he wants to fuck her, things like that. But Hunger Games it was very clean, it was very sterile, and just very boring. It's a piece of shit. I mean, no offense. Like, if you like it, that's fine. I just think it's crap.
No, all the Hunger Game fans
I
are
don't
offended.
I don't think there's going to be many people on this panel that loved Hunger Games. I like this advice. You should try Warlord beard oil. I kind of want beard oil, actually. I've never tried it before, but, you know, when it gets to a certain length, you kind of need something to keep it in check. What's your Mount Rushmore of bad race swaps? Well, I've got a feeling that Severus Snape is going to be like one of the top contenders right now.
There's been so many. It's usually historical dramas that are the worst because, like, it really breaks the world building.
Cleopatra, I guess, like with that documentary that we got. And that it's often quite incidental people, you know, with things like The Witcher or Rings of Power or whatever. There won't be necessarily a main character, or the Elondir, like with the elves, was like one of them. He wasn't like race swapped from an original, like, established literary character. It was more just like they wanted to put him in there, but like, okay, I can let that slide because you're not swapping him necessarily. But it's just always background people where it's like you've got some village in the middle of nowhere where it's like Northern European climate, and suddenly there's like Asian, black, white people all living together in this like wonderful kaleidoscope of different ethnicities. How the fuck did all these wildly different people end up in this obscure place?
It's not really annoyed me. Like, I hate it when they do it in movies that are otherwise really good and they're trying to be historically accurate. Like in Hamlet, in the last scene when they're watching the production of Hamlet, there's like 4 black guys in the theater, and this is fucking, you're talking early 1600s, and you've got like 3 or 4 black guys like in the same place in London. Like, you're more likely to be struck by lightning. Like, this is before Britain was an empire. This is before Britain really existed. England wasn't an empire at the time. It didn't have, it hadn't started the colonial slave trade. Like, there's no mechanism by which they could have gotten there. But it's like this little insert which is supposed to work on people on a subconscious level to try to train them to try to train them into the idea that Britain was somehow always had Africans walking around. And in any case, like, if African had showed up to England in 1600, he would have dropped dead of smallpox in about 5 minutes.
Oh, I forgot as well. Like
things like
Doctor Who, Isaac Newton was suddenly Indian for no reason.
Well, woke history's weird because they have like a concept of original sin, which is the transatlantic slave trade. So Britain always diverse, 1700s, suddenly always white because they have to do that. Then suddenly diverse again. It makes no sense.
It's whatever serves their purposes at the time. Steak salad, energy drinks, updates just dropped for Drive Beyond Horizons and Critical Drinker streaming. Oh yeah, we got ourselves a night. Thank you for all your hard work. Also, what the fuck, Colbert, Lord of the Rings. Yes, to all of those things. Steak salad, man, I could go one of them right now. Actually, I'm fucking starving. How do you think Amazon will handle Warhammer? Badly, I suspect. That setting is too horrible, fascist, racist, and brutal from today's modern audience. I think Henry Cavill is going to fight the good fight on this one, but man, I cannot see Amazon doing justice to like the grim, dark future of Warhammer and what the Imperium of Man is. I'd love to see it, but you're going to have to go to games for that shit, not TV shows.
They'll marvelize it. They'll turn these Astartes into superheroes. They'll soften all the hard edges. They'll downplay religion.
If they have female Astartes, I'm fucking out, man.
They got female custodies.
Yeah, well, Warhammer. Yeah, they're trying to work that shit in, but I don't know how well it's taken.
Well, Drinker, the custodies were always female. What are you talking about? I've seen it. Like, they even said it on their X account. They were always female. They were never all male.
Sure. And we were always at war with these.
We were. Oh yeah. We've always been. Why would you even say that? Of course we have. We were never at war with anyone else.
Yeah. Hey, Drinker and MauLer and panel. RMB and Az, great combo. Where was Robert Meyer Burnett tonight? I don't know.
He's right over there.
In theory, they're a great combo. Yeah, thank you. New member there, so thank you. Token's work has great themes of loss and camaraderie stemming from his experience in World War I. What does Colbert have? Naughty Words and the Orange Man. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's it. That's all we got. What did his generation fight in? Drinker, how involved were we? Oh yeah, I did that one already. Sorry, my bad. Next one. Life of Brian versus Holy Grail. What's the funniest to you and why? For me, the argument in Holy Grail over a coconut gets me every time is the best opening. I prefer Holy Grail, personally. Yeah,
I
when
honestly go between them whenever I rewatch both of them.
I mean, the question, like when they're on that guy, sorry, when they've got that guy on the bridge and they've got to ask questions of him to get past, and it's like African or European swallow, and he's like, oh, I don't know the answer to that, and he gets fucking thrown over.
That shit killed me when I first saw it.
Fucking stupid. Or when Lancelot just charges into this peaceful castle where everyone's just chilling out, it's like, ha ha! It's like murdering everyone.
I love the rabbit scene where he just goes, that monster, and it comes off and fucking eats someone's head. And he goes, Jesus Christ! Because I warned yous.
What's the same when they throw, like the Frenchmen throw a fucking cow at them with the catapult, and you hear it mooing through the air, and you just hear Arthur go, Jesus Christ! Oh God, it's good. Remember when Colbert interviewed the Rings of Power's creators at Comic-Con and told audience questioners to shut up? Is that true? Did he?
I don't remember.
Oh God, I hope he did. Yeah. I enjoy hearing you speak my name. Jokes aside, I immensely enjoyed Project Hail Mary. It was a superb experience. Well, I'm not going to try and say your name now, so joke's on you.
Damn.
Currently listening to the Dungeon Crawler series, was stoked for the cameo. God, that comes up in every goddamn stream now. The Dungeon Crawler series must be big, man. Yeah. Hello, Bar, Drinker, MauLer. Play the GOAT game, Nier Automata. To those that have already played, the Nier Orchestra includes lead vocalist Emmy Evans and Janique Nicole are currently on a global tour. Just got my tickets. Have any of you guys played that at all?
I haven't played it. I intend to at some point.
God damn it. Yeah. Late because they don't even know what to say after such an amazing Lord of the Rings news. Drinker, hearty, my friends, you'll need it. Yeah, we're all super excited, but, you know, we've given our thoughts on that. Drinker, not to be blackballed, but will Hollywood ever leer? Not the biggest fan of Lord of the Rings, but I understand how egregious Stephen Colbert making official Lord of the Rings media is. Are we doomed? How do we move on from this? Well, to speak diplomatically about it, yeah, we're fucking doomed. We're done. Let's get out of here. Just
jeez.
Give up now. This is the end of civilization. No, I think they'll learn. They'll learn eventually. It's just a question of how much money they have to lose first, because they'll be forced to learn. It's just, this is probably going to be a painful period, especially seeing Lord of the Rings get vandalized like this.
It's all about the people. Until the people go, it won't change.
Yeah, 100%. This panel needs to watch In the Search of Darkness documentaries. All of them are top tier. The newest one is The Thing, a 6-hour documentary, which I can't wait to watch. Please check this out, guys. So what, is this like a documentary series about the making of horror movies?
Yeah, I don't know about these, but if there's a 6-hour one on The Thing, that sounds like fun.
That does sound good, yeah. Fuck. Love the interview with Andy Weir, very inspiring. Andy was a fucking great guy to talk to. I could have happily talked to him about neutrinos passing through my body for hours. Yeah, it's got some wild shit going on, but I love it. Best guest award to Andy Weir, riveting discussion. Yep, 100%. Love talking to that guy. Saw Project Hail Mary with a friend last night and absolutely loved it. Great turnout too. The whole cinema was locked in for it. Great work on your interview with Andy Weir as well. It was a very enlightening chat. It was good indeed, and I'm glad people are enjoying the movie. Let's see what's next. Oh, yeah. Drinker, great to meet you at Megacon. I hope you find the Fog of War doc I brought you very informative and enjoyable. It's one of my faves, and I hope to hear your thoughts. I've actually got it here, I think. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here it is. Yes, just to prove, I did, in fact, bring it back with me from Megacon. It's right beside me, so I just need to get round to watching it. Yeah, Drinker, tell MauLer how sad you are that he let Barry die and missed the Jill sandwich. It's a double betrayal. Meetup was a great time. Thanks for the conversation. You didn't let
What do you
Barry died,
let
did
him
you?
die? I go down the hole, and he's like,
No,
"Oh,
don't try to
geez,
defend
Bill."
this one, MauLer. You
How was
monster.
I supposed to know? It's like, "Oh, I'll go get a rope," and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I'm stuck down here. I guess I'll get going." And then I find out later, it's like, "No, you got to wait for him to come
Yeah,
back."
you have to wait for him.
And why
Trust
would
him.
that? Why would that mean he won't die? What does that have to do with the part later? I don't know.
Because he believes in you, and he believes in your faith in him, and it gives him the strength to not die.
Well, I wanted to save him, and I had no idea that the rope part was where you save him.
Well, as well, when you go into the underground cavern, right, and he says, "I can go first if you want me to." Did you say yes or no?
I don't even remember getting a choice on that part.
Yeah, there's a choice. You do when you go into the underground caves and you run into Barry, and it's like you get there is a choice given to you there.
Well, I probably said yes because he's Barry.
Okay.
He's just kicking ass throughout the whole game. I was like, hell yeah, you can look after me.
Oh, actually, no. That's the wrong thing to say. You want him to not go first, because if it's like if you say no, that means you're basically saying to him, "I trust you to watch my back. I'll go first. You guard me."
Well, then I don't know, whatever the wrong decision was, I made that one.
God damn it, MauLer, and you got Barry killed. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Well, canonically he's fine, so it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Gen Zers are saying the Dune trilogy is their Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. Well, if Dune is their great trilogy, I feel sorry for them. It's sterile, has no heart, and a depressing arc. Good luck, Gen Z. I want to argue with you, but you're kind of right. Fuck. It's I wouldn't say it's got no heart, but it is a little bit clinical compared to like Star Wars and Star Trek and stuff.
Star Wars and Lord of the Rings as trilogies, saying like Dune is the next one, like generation, I'd be like, oh, no, it doesn't,
No.
Star Wars is, it's Star Wars, and then Lord of the Rings is even better, like quality as a trilogy than Star Wars, more consistent. Yeah. And then go to Dune, I'd be like, okay.
Dune, I feel like Dune is not really like it shouldn't be the kind of movie series that Star Wars is. It shouldn't be necessarily appealing to that mass market, like, hey, this is a fun adventure ride that everyone can get behind. It's much more dark. It's much more thoughtful and introspective than that. And it's ultimately got a very different message that it wants you to take away from it. It's not necessarily a bad one. It's a very interesting one on an intellectual level. It's just it shouldn't necessarily have that same mass market appeal because it is very bleak and nihilistic. So yeah, I kind of get like that's if I had to pick a thing for my generation to adhere to, it probably wouldn't be Dune.
What would it be?
In terms of stuff, yeah, in terms of stuff that's out now, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, fuck it, adhere to that.
But then, like as always, that's good, and then second season comes out and it's shit. So like the problem is you can't even like say watch this because you set them up for disappointment.
Yeah, is there like a trilogy that's out that's new that everyone would be cool with that being representative of a generation? It's like
no. No.
Slim Pickens.
Yeah. That's a reflection of the state of cinema in general, I guess. Yeah. What was this one? Yeah, my first super chat to anyone ever. Wow, thank you. Critical Trigger's interview with Andy Weir was great. I thought Andy was surprisingly down to earth. He was indeed. Yeah. Guys just shooting from the hip. Loved it. Yeah. Are you excited for the Resident Evils by Zach Kreger? I personally loved Weapons and Barbarian. Yeah, I liked his other movies. Everything I'm hearing about Resident Evil makes me think it's going to be a fucking disaster, but I 100% hope it's not.
Oh, God. Poor Resident Evil. As now having completed the original twice, I said to Trigger as well, but it's so easy to adapt. It's right there. It's not even that expensive. You just need a big house.
It is literally a video game adaptation of a B-movie horror. So, like, take that back and convert it back into a B-movie horror, and it should be the easiest thing ever. And it's like they make it so hard for themselves. It's crazy. yeah, Project Hail Mary is okay, kind of dumb at times, but interesting enough. I mean, good, I guess. Like, I would say it's particularly dumb at times. Like, it's certainly like it spells things out to you to a degree because there's some pretty heavy science going on in it. But like, yeah, for the most part, I would say
I thought there were some things that went over faster than I would have liked, but at the same time, I recognize like, but this is meant for like a mainstream major audience. I think they actually did a pretty good job of leveling how much they should explain versus how much they can explain before average people start falling asleep.
Yeah. Hollywood once more releasing blue filtered generic music covered slop. Imagine my shock. Why even make this? Just re-release the originals, easy money. I can't argue with you either on that one. It's
people are beginning to get really. Do you know what made people aware of the blue filter problem? It was Stranger Things season 5 because they went really fucking overboard with it. And some of the scenes, it was shocking how clunky the blue filter was. And so people are beginning to notice it, and it's a bit like the piss filter now. They're going to get really, really sick of it.
Yeah.
Zendaya has the same expression on her face in the Dune poster as she has in every scene of every movie she's ever done. Yeah, you're fucking right.
Oh, she's awful.
Possibly the most astroturfed actress of recent years. Like,
she's not a main actress. She should be like an ancillary fucking side character that isn't required to do much. But because of her Instagram following, she ruins every film she's in. She's like a turd.
Yeah.
She was good in Challengers. Like, Challengers is a good movie. She was good in that.
Never watched it. Still never seen it.
I think
good.
It was actually... It's by the same guy that did Call Me By Your Name, which I think is a shite movie, but it was sort of big when it came out. And he also did that fucking movie with the cum kiss. What's it called?
The what?
Anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
The Daniel Craig one. Yeah.
Yeah. He did that. But Challengers was really good. Luca Guadagnino, he's called. That's a really good movie. Yeah. Oh, Queer. Queer is the one with the cum kiss. Yeah, don't watch it.
I don't intend to.
I don't want to.
It's funny. I was listening to your review of it. I think it was a review of the year or something, like the worst movies you'd seen or something, and that was one of them. And I couldn't see it because I was just walking with the dogs or whatever, and I was just listening. But I could hear the squelching sounds with the cum kiss, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god, this sounds awful."
It was horrific. It was just disgusting. I actually paid money to watch that.
Word has it you're still doing it to this day. 1978 fact for you. After having multiple successes, the members of Kiss wanted to break from each other, but still wanted to release music, so each member released a solo album with the Kiss logo. Ace Frehley is the best-selling. There you go. That is a fact. That's a fact for us right there. I'm probably going to finish up with that right there now, though, because I'm really drunk and I want to go to bed. But it's been a pleasure, gentlemen, having you on tonight. It's been fun as always. I appreciate you guys giving up some of your time. And I appreciate everyone who's joined us in chat. I will, as always, catch up with the super chats that we missed tonight on Last Orders. And we had a few from my interview with Andy Weir as well. So I'll do that on a separate catch-up stream as well. So I'll do my best to answer them. I appreciate some of them were going to be directed towards him. That's inevitable. But I only had him for a certain amount of time. So I tried to get through as many super chats as I could. But I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability anyway. But yeah, please, for everyone who's watching this, if you haven't already subscribed to everyone on the panel, please consider doing it. The links are in the description. But for now, at least, that's all we got for today. So go away now.
Bye.